I like that little bass line. Doom, 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 doom. I like that little bass line to you. To you with a T. What? Doom, 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 doom,
So
doom,
1970. Cool
doom.
beat. I
Yeah, it
feel
is.
like
Back
getting
back
a
in the day.
cigarette in one of them long straws, putting on all black and snapping my fingers.
That's what it. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you something now. You don't hold on. You don't throw me off. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. This is I'm not important. I'm just a question asker. My name is Raheem Ajman out of Atlanta, Georgia, but I got my sister from another mother, but we got the same father. This is the legendary. This is the queen. This is Miss Toya. Toya with a T. Good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
That's right. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, Glow audience, Mr. Ajme, and all of my Morning Glow friends. Good morning. How y'all doing?
So you know what? You got fans, man. People be asking about you, man. You got fans.
Oh, that makes me feel so good. God know when to deliver some information for me. Cause I tell you, I be at work pouring my little heart out, putting everything into it. I feel depleted. The next day he'll send me somebody like, you got fans. I'm like, oh, thank you. Cause I feel like it
Yeah.
wasn't nobody but little old me.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's get back to this. You say that sound like an old 70s. Now that you say 70s, that's good news for me because that was real music. That wasn't the little keyboards and little auto tunes and all that. That was the real music. They had to go into that and play that real music. Doom,
Don't
doom,
hate.
doom. Yeah.
Don't hate.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just
Don't
saying.
don't hate Moses. Don't hate.
This
Okay.
the music today, I I guarantee you, a lot of the people that's creating this music today don't know how to play not an instrument.
Not it's a whole heap of them that don't, but
Mhm,
they got their music from us. I'll roll with that, okay? But
mhm.
what you're not gonna do, young man, is you're not
Come
gonna
on.
hate on today's music, okay?
Well,
Stop acting like you ain't never
is that
heard a little baby song that you can't bob
is
your
that
head to, or T
is that
Pain
music?
song
Is that
that you ain't
music?
did a rock with and tap with.
Is that music? Is that music? I
You
remember
know it's music.
Cameo.
Don't
I
don't
remember
don't do that. Don't do that. They listen.
Funkadelic.
They were so perverted. We didn't even catch it talking about do it in the butt. Now you wondering why we got all these kids running around here. Come on now, stop with the subliminal music. Stop. Don't get me started.
See, hey, we could go somewhere with this right here to you with the
Talking
tip.
about talking
We
about
could go.
talking about like Candy. You know he wasn't talking about no Tootsie Roll.
You were talking about that.
Even when talk it takes over me.
Just like candy. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
want to know, do you feel it too?
Wow.
Just like I do.
Yeah.
Woo.
Mhm.
Yeah, you already know.
Stop his body now. It's the strange feeling. I get it. Oh Lord, see, you're making me flashback. Flashback. Oh, that's another one. Flashback. You remember flashback?
Can you hear me right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I'm gonna tell
Hello?
you. Yes, I can hear you. Toya, I hear you.
Oh no, my volume.
No. I hear you. I hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. Oh Lord, we lost it. Okay. Mr. This is the legend. This is Mr. Wise Man. This is Mr. Donald Toussaint. Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
You confusing people.
No, hey, tell us, ain't number one truth. And we here to tell it, brother. Ain't number one truth. Toussaint, me and Toya with a T. Me and Toya with a T was talking about the music. Now, that's that intro that we got. Doom, 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 doom. She said that sounds so 70s. Make her want to get a cigarette, go sit out on the front porch and kick flip flops on because it's so 70s. But I said to her, that's the real music though. 70s, Parliament Funkadelic, Cameo, Confunction, Cool in the Gang. Man, you had some real music back in them 70s, and they made the music themselves. They actually played the instruments. Toya say I'm hating. Toya say I'm hating. Toussaint, what do you say?
You are hating. Don't be hating. They made the instruments too. They made the instruments and made the sounds.
Don't care.
Mm-hmm. but I'm going to Mr. Wise, man. I'm asking Mr. Wise, man. What do you think, sir? Was that better music back in the 70s?
Stop it. Let's start all over.
Okay, Toussaint. What do you think about that, brother? Was that good music?
Thank you very much. Alligator mama. Man, look, I traveled. I had a 1973 Chevy Monte Carlo, and I traveled 73 miles to get a Cameo album.
Good Lord.
Got the tape too. Wide open down the highway in the 11th grade.
Now, what that wasn't Chocolate City, was it?
I know it had Cameo. What it was? It had the alligator woman on it.
Oh yeah, okay.
Was that Cameo?
Yeah, that's Cameo. Mm-hmm.
And just wait a minute. Let me back up. Who made Freakazoid?
Freakazoid. I think that was Midnight Star.
Boy, you talking about some music, boy.
Freakazoid on the dance floor.
You talking about some music. And then if you really wanted to get out there, just put Frankie Beverly Maze and just drive down the highway and run with the curve.
That's all you have to do. That's all you got to do. Frankie Beverly and Maze. Yes.
Happy feelings.
Happy feelings in the air. Happy feelings everywhere. God almighty. Come on now.
Made you feel some kind of way.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Now, Toussaint, let's switch the gears now. Let's switch the gears for a second. How do you feel about the music today? Now, Toy, you're going to hate on us, man. Toy, you're about to hate on us. But how do you feel about this music today?
What music? Okay. Okay, I got you.
Toy, you with a T, did you hear that?
Music, boy, I tell you what. There's a bump to it. I tell you that much. The music mixed real well. I might as well admit it, but it was mixed up real well. I don't know what you're talking about. You ain't talking about nothing.
So Toussaint, do you need an interpreter?
Of course you do.
Oh Lord.
Once a man, twice a child. And once you start getting old, you starting to not be able to understand English like you did when you was 2. So yeah, you need an interpreter. Only specific people can understand that, baby. Oh yeah, he said he want an apple. Yeah, you do need a translator because we're old now. Let's just be honest.
Wait. I hate to cut you off. But when you don't know what they're saying when they're talking with no music, and the heck are you gonna know what they're saying with music?
It's kind of like Bach and Beethoven and a couple of other classical musicians that we don't listen to. We didn't listen to it with Cameo. And we didn't listen to it with Frankie Beverly and Maze. A lot of us. Now, are there some of us like myself? Absolutely. Played the instruments. And I got very close to Beethoven and Bach and the other guy, Chopstick, whatever his name is. Music that we are not used to listening to, that I will listen to, that most people will think is corny. Oh, yeah, it's not music, right? But as we have changed through the transitions, each era has had something different, like rock and roll. Were y'all a part of that rock and roll era? What did your parents say about rock and roll?
Didn't like it.
What he said about Tutti Frutti, old Rudy?
Devil music.
Oh, okay. All right then.
I ain't gonna lie.
All right then. So y'all,
I ain't gonna lie.
So y'all have done nothing but turn it to y'all parents, and probably the same age your parents were then you is now. Talking the same way about the music.
Well, Toya, we all close to the same age though. Toya, we all in that same little.
Now y'all older than me. Don't do that.
We older than me.
You ain't no spring chicken.
Don't
You
do
ain't
that.
no spring chicken. You ain't no spring chicken.
But see,
don't do that.
But now Toussaint, now she younger than us. Yeah,
I was just playing.
Look.
Oh, now you did playing. You wasn't no playing. It did just like a classic car. I still like a classic car.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't like these new little pieces of whatever they is. You pluck it and it fly all the way across the
Come
road.
on now. Tell
As
the
soon as
truth.
you tap in, run into it and tap it, it crunch up like a little candy bars.
Tell the truth.
But through generations, things have
Mm.
changed. And when it comes to music, you gentlemen, when you veered off and started to have families, you lost that youthful air that all the rest of us youthful people have when it comes to some of this music these
Oh,
days. That's all I'm saying.
what do you
That's
mean?
all I'm
Oh,
saying. Just like you got tired of playing with G.I. Joes, you got tired of listening to the bros talking about the.
She's a very kinky girl.
Yeah, y'all got
And you
stuck right
won't take
there.
home to mother.
You ain't taking her home for a reason.
She will never let your spirits down. Once
she
you get
trying
her
to
off
keep
the
you up.
streets. Oh, girl. Yeah. She like
Yeah,
the
'cause she
one
gonna be
in
in
the
them streets.
band. She says that I'm her all-time favorite. God almighty. And you can hear that bass in the back.
Hey, you
She's
get
all
music
right.
that make you
She's
feel
all
certain
right.
kind of way.
Yeah, y'all know.
Instead of, I think I'm a pull my pants down to my knees and
Oh,
let them hang low.
Lord Jesus.
That's definitely what they don't be saying. But okay, her one day, go ahead and look up the lyrics.
Mm.
And when you read, you're gonna be like, oh, them son of a guns, they actually talking about something.
That mother
Oh,
footwalker
wow.
said something that time, didn't he?
So did. It's called metaphorically.
But you know what? Why is it, and Toy, I'm gonna ask you this question too. Why is it that a lot of the new artists are trying to emulate a lot of the old school, like the boy, everybody's, and I like this I like this kid here, man. What's his name? Bruno Mars. That's Mars Day in the Time right there. That's Mars Day in the Time all day long. Toy, you know that now. Bruno Mars is just a newer version of Mars Day in the Time.
I ain't gonna say all that now. We ain't gonna say all that. Bruno Mars is Bruno Mars.
Mm-hmm. But he said,
Don't say modern day version of Morris Day. Morris Day did 3 songs and that was it.
What?
Now, if you want to compare him to somebody, I'm gonna put him up there with Prince. I'm gonna be real.
wow.
I'm gonna put Bruno Mars
Wow.
up there.
With Prince?
I give him the up. What?
Oh my.
Listen, with Chris Brown, with Michael Jackson, Prince, and Bruno. Now, I'm not comparing them to like character traits, no. But when it comes to Bruno Mars, he takes you back. He's doing something different. Nobody wasn't doing them old 70 classic style songs and music. And that's what Prince did. Prince brought different to the game. Prince's whole image confused a lot of people. That's why boy girls walk around here now, because you ain't know what it was. But when it came to the music, Prince did his thing. So when I look at Bruno Mars, I don't give him no low-level ranking. I give that young man a very high-level ranking, and he's going to be one of the greats.
I do. I agree with you. I agree with you on that. But to say that you're going to put him on the level of Prince and Michael Jackson, oh my God.
Chris Brown is our Michael Jackson right now. I don't know if you know it or not, but Chris Brown is our Michael Jackson right now.
Okay.
And like I said, with
who's better? Watch this: Chris Brown or Usher. Now Usher is a lot of.
You know I'm gonna go with my boy. You know me and Usher went to school together. I will never. I will never pick anything over him because I'm humble enough to know him and I know he put in the work. But it's time for me and him to sit our behind down. We old now. Chris got a couple of years up under him and he can still, you know what I'm saying? Me and Usher, it don't look like the moon, more look like a moon track. Like, no, we at that age now to where it's just, you know what I'm saying? We got to move out the way and kind of just let the young folks do it, even if we can handle it. But actively right now, today, Chris Brown is better because I'm starting to see Usher's age. Now, when they were younger, Usher was putting it down. Don't get me wrong. Chris didn't have as much leverage. But we in our 40s now. These last 10 years, Chris has done a phenomenal job. And I'm sorry, Usher, we got to sit down. You know what I'm saying? We what you call OGs now. And he's still a young G.
Okay.
But definitely Bruno Mars and Prince, because Bruno plays instruments, make his own music, write his own notes and his lyrics. So yeah, that's why he Prince.
So Toussaint, would you put Bruno Mars, and you know Bruno Mars, and Bruno Mars has some great music now. I'm not gonna talk down on the brother because he's an amazing artist. He really is. But would you put him to the level of a Michael Jackson or Prince?
Now you know I don't know. Who you talking about?
Uh-oh.
Now you should know. I don't know who you
Yeah,
talking about.
True Song. That's the guy that's saying,
There's
"It's
a,
up to you. That's what I like. That's what I like."
Come on
oh,
now.
You know that
that's a
song?
good song. That's a good song.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
did good at
Yeah,
it too.
yeah. That's Bruno, and
But
he did that other
what
song.
it is and go ahead.
He did that other song, "Smoking Out the Window." I want to say that you referenced a phrase of that song one time, but trust me, you know who Bruno Mars is.
Yeah,
I reference it. Okay, well then there you go.
mm-hmm.
But to Toya's point, at a certain age, I can come out the club. I'm not even interested.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
maybe that's the point. I'm not interested. I don't, I might put on uh, 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 some what is it, Luther,
Mm-hmm.
something
Mm-hmm.
like that. You know, play some uh, saxophone. Might play Maze or something like that. But there's these new songs. I'm not even interested.
Turn off the
I don't got
lights.
to roll for that. I don't
Mm-hmm.
got to. I don't
And
got
light a
to.
candle.
Now, even
Mhm.
though I don't puff fast, I still like Bob Marley.
Oh yeah. Turn off the
You can't get
lights
rid of it.
and light a
There's
candle.
some songs you can't get away from.
Mm-hmm.
Even the new artists do the remix
Watch this.
so that they can have that lyrics in there.
Now, Toya, who would be in this generation right here? Who would you put in the category of being a Luther?
You said a Luther.
Uh-huh.
Oh wait. Wait. It's this guy. I think his name is October London.
Now that dude sounds just like Marvin Gaye. Now that dude sounds just like Marvin
Yeah,
Gaye.
he he
I know.
he
Yeah.
sound like Marvin Gaye, but that's
Mm-hmm.
that's still Luther Marvin. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
you you treading the right round to know who's really singing, right? So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
he does sound like Marvin Gaye. That's who I would think of. And then well, Tank doesn't sing anymore. Tank was really good. He had some classics, you know what I'm saying? Love songs
Mm-hmm.
that I would have said,
Yeah.
okay, like Luther Vandross, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But we're really phasing out of having or even
Yeah.
birthing R&B artists. You understand what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Everything, especially in our community, looks like it's transitioning to rap, but you have to
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
the only reason why we had those Luther's and Marvin Gaye's was coming out of slavery. We did a lot of singing. Did a
Mm-hmm.
lot of singing and
Mm-hmm.
paying homage to the Lord and doing things to keep us happy. And then when Luther and them was out, we did a lot of cleaning in the house with the music on. So
Mm-hmm.
we heard a lot of music and we sang a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now we look at this era of dysfunctional households. The last thing you're up in there doing is singing. The last thing they're
Exactly.
doing is singing about some love and some R&B. And how you gonna sing about love you? And that's baby mama number 17. You understand what I'm saying? So
Well,
there's been
you
a
know,
shift.
I love
You
you,
already
no
know.
matter what you do.
We're not singing about that no more
And
because
then
our
who,
dynamics are
who,
different.
who,
You understand what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's totally different. Look at how they redid The Color Purple. Like, come on with the
Oh
jokes.
man.
Like,
Man.
I hated it. I hated it. Totally different era, right? And that's where we are
Mhm.
now. We are not really developing those Luthers and those um Marvin Gaye's because we
Mhm.
don't have that love in the household anymore. You know what I'm saying? We
It's
don't have that honor and respect for each other the way we used to where it was sexual healing. Like, we getting
Mhm.
people pregnant in under 6 months and hating each other. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? So there's
Mhm.
nothing to sing about. Now, rap about, I can call you a B, I can call you a H, I can call you a this, and I'm gonna call you a that, I'm gonna call you a clown, I'm gonna call you a snake, I'm gonna call you know what I'm saying? Because that's how I'm feeling. So now everybody
Mhm.
walking around rapping because they jumbled up, they really don't know how to communicate and really don't know how to love. They don't know how to open up their spirit and their heart enough to want to say, hey, I'm in love. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So
I know what they're doing
through
how to
the
say. I know what they're doing how to say. I'm in love with the scripper.
That part, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This exactly to meet exactly what I am saying. The
Mm-hmm.
whole era in which we used to utilize music and
Yeah.
use it as a tool, we don't do that anymore. It's like heavy metal. Like heavy metal
Mm-hmm.
to me, it's all about angry white people who are mad.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And they
Yeah.
shaking their head up and down, knocking their head and brain. Of course, they frontal cortex. And then you wonder why it's all shook up and you're doing stuff that's just demonic. You just shook your
Mm-hmm.
brain cells up like a pack of
Mm-hmm.
Kool-Aid. Like, come on with the jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Lord.
so I feel like that kind of aura is starting to take over the rap industry, but when it comes to R&B, we just not birthing those kind of people. We're not singing in choirs no more. We're not singing from the age of 4. You understand what I'm
Mhm,
saying? That
mhm.
was rearing those great artists. We're just not doing it no more. So I think that when it comes to the artists, they're gonna be depleted.
Wow. So Tucson, there's no message in the music. There's no love in the music. Love. So basically, love music is dead. Tucson.
Well, you know, it's a drive um from the society. I think this is just me.
Mm-hmm.
It's this to me. It's a drive from the society, the culture, not the culture, but the lifestyle that people live now, and it's driven. The lifestyle now
Mm-hmm.
is driven by some kind of a sexual behavior
Yeah. Yeah.
or thugging. No, I can't say thug. I hate that word. I hate that word.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that word. Um,
Tucson, I believe you
but
hate.
it's
I
bad,
believe you hate that word. I believe you hate
shoot
that
shoot
word.
them up, kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Call you woman, any kind of thing, and look, it's kind of like the bump and grind song. Ain't nothing wrong with the bump and grind on steroids.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow. Now, I'm gonna tell you
That's what
something.
it is. Cause look at our young ladies.
But see, Tucson, let me
Look
let me
at
let me
our
throw
young
this at you.
ladies.
Let me throw this at you before you go there. 'Cause
That
I know where
go
you're
ahead.
going. Hold on, let me throw this at you. You know, back in the day, now they had like Toya with the T said. You know, it was a lot of subliminal messages, but the music was some of the music was just as raunchy as it is now. And I'm not saying that either one of them is raunchy in that way, but what did Grace Jones mean when she said pull up to the bumper? What was she talking about?
But Grace Jones, crazy.
Ain't nobody want that bumper
Well,
baby anyway, honey. Ain't nobody want to pull up to that bumper. That's why she
That's
made a
the
song about it, giving
Grace
it out for
Grace
free.
Jones. Grace
Lord,
Jones, crazy. She was
Pull up
crazy.
to my bumper,
You
baby.
you know when she got on stage,
uh-huh.
you know something strange was gonna happen.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Grace Jones, she was her
No
own
if
character.
and what about it.
She was her own character. She really was her own character.
She
Um,
thrown herself out there like, so look, I'm finna act a fool right now.
mhm. Don't put that camera on me.
And I hate that.
Don't put that camera on me. You're not gonna
I'm
like what you
finna
get.
get naked.
Wow. Told you what to tell you. So you didn't like Grace Jones? Pull up to the bumper.
No, don't get me wrong. I like Grace Jones, but I mean, I don't think she was a very attractive lady. She looked like a leopard.
Mm. Good
She looked
Lord.
like a leopard to me, but I loved her personality, her
Mhm,
outgoingness, right? Like I got a lot from Grace Jones.
mhm.
Like seriously, because she was out there. I ain't want to be as out there as I have been, but I was young, didn't know no better. But yeah, no, she was out there, and I loved her spirit. But even at the end of the day, that taught me a very valuable lesson. Like even the people who you feel like not attractive, beauty doesn't come from how you look.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Does not come from how you look.
Mhm.
Did I indulge in all her? Yeah, even when she was Strange
Yeah,
Marcus.
yeah. Yeah.
You understand me? Like
Anyway.
I like Grace Jones, but more than anything, I liked her energy. Right?
Mhm,
Nobody was finer than her. Nobody was prettier than her.
mhm,
However, I still feel like we took the sexual route out. You
mhm.
know, pull up to my bumper was taking the sexual route out, right?
Yeah.
Like if I can't get him no other way, let me get him with my sex,
Mhm,
right? And
mhm.
oftentimes that's what as women result to when we have our own issues, not what everybody else think. When we got our own mental issues and how we think and how we feel, and then therefore, you've been embraced with this culture to where, um, you're sexually explicit, or that's the energy around your character,
Mhm,
right? And there
mhm.
ain't nothing wrong with that, but for me, I just rather not. You know what I'm saying? So I fools with Grace Jones. I'm not mad at it, but I don't want to use sex as a way to get people to notice me.
Exactly.
Not me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to pull up to my bumper to get to know. I want you to notice me for who I am, my mind, my heart. And like I was saying earlier this morning, they think I'm so man, which I'm most men. It's like, oh yeah, we gonna get that out of you yet. But no, I enjoy who I am. I just don't want to do anything that I guess what most people consider most women do, which is, be promiscuous, sexual, you know what I'm saying? And this cause a little attention. I don't want to do that to notice me. I want you to notice me for who I really am. So I fool with Grace. I just, don't really feel like I need to follow her energy and mimic that same thing.
Toya, do you think and following up on what you just said, a lot of times a lot of people use sex, you said a lot of women use sexual to draw people in. Do you think in this day and time, and I'm not gonna just say in this day and time because it's been going on forever, so I'm not gonna do that. But do you think women sell themselves short in that arena, and don't really portray or show the imagery of who they really are? They try to hide behind sex.
I can't speak for all. I think some do. I think sex is on a real high pedestal to where that you're not being with nobody if it's not for sex. It's very few percentage of people who are going to be with each other not for sex. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel like we use it as a chess piece.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say a tool because it's inevitable, but because of the aerodynamic, and I'm just gonna be honest and spit it out. I don't care what none of y'all say, who get offended. Because men are normally weak for women when it comes to sex, especially in that area.
Yep.
Especially in that area. We use it as a chess piece. Some of us, we get to use it as a bishop. Some of us get to use it as a king. Right? We can trap superstars and basketball players and have babies to get money. You know what I'm saying? So like we use sex as a pawn and a piece on the game or in the game. And I mean, it's kind of like that's the premise of being a woman, right? Like when it comes to trying to juice you up to want to get with a guy or a good guy, like that's the things we talk about in the corners. Girl, you bet give him some. You don't give him some. He ain't gonna be waiting. He ain't all this. You better do this. You better do that. Oh, you ain't gonna. Now, listen, I'm not finna do all that. Either you want me or not. I know what I am, honey, and I ain't giving you none. Now what?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? No. I need to know that if I fall down and have a stroke today, like that last one, is you gonna clean my boo-boo butt, and that ain't got nothing to do with sex.
Exactly.
Feel me? So at the end of the day, we women, we always, and I feel like this go back to that garden. Toussaint, go back to that garden. When it comes to sex, we use it as a tool, and I think specifically because we know that's one of the weaknesses of the men.
So Toussaint, if that be the case, if that be the case, and women could use that against us, if that be the case, and a lot of times it is, why do we keep falling for the banana in the tailpipe?
I can't say that's giving you a
Come on.
Okay. The banana show ain't going on the tailpipe. That's the problem.
Stop it, Toya.
Oh, Lord, see?
Just stop it. Okay, so here's the kicker. I was going to send you a video. And there's some Caucasian people sitting at a conference table, and it was evidently reviewing videos. And guess what it is? It looks like I'm just trying to grasp it onto the thing because I never did see it before. But I looked up a song that just, we're going to put it out there and give the people what they want. This is just my interpretation of what I've seen. And you know what the name of the song?
What's that?
Pop That Coochie. Now,
You talking about Uncle Lou?
Raheem, I had to put myself out there. I had to put myself out there to make my point.
Mm-hmm.
Because to me, that's vulgar. Come on now. Wait a minute. Is that where we going?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is that where we go? You mean to tell me this is going to fail
And it did.
to our culture in this day that we live in? If you really want to make a song that's really going to get you down on the dance floor, and we're going to be way out there. He's definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So what is our so what is our young ladies gonna do when you hear this song?
They're gonna
What
take.
you think they're gonna do?
They're gonna take to that message.
What you think they're gonna do? Listen, exactly what we see.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna see our young ladies, even I can't say it like I want to say it, but not just us.
This way out Wednesday, brother.
But even okay, all right. Even the flat butt, skinny, no shape.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say it.
Lord,
You'll get me in trouble. But just you ain't got nothing going. Well, I can't say that either. I'm sorry.
Please
Do your
don't.
best.
It's a
do
couple
your
of y'all
best.
little short, y'all short
No,
banana broke
you
guys
shouldn't
out
even
there
start
too.
it.
So
Steve.
stop.
You shouldn't even start me. But let me make my let me make my point.
Mm-hmm.
Remember what the name of the song is.
Mm-hmm.
So what is that insinuating? What is that? What are you doing?
It's the message.
Where are you?
Mm-hmm.
What's the message in the song? Because songs have messages. Songs have meaning.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna send you the video, Raheem.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna send you the video.
Send it to me.
And just
Who
the
them
first
songs was
part of
made
the
by?
video is what I'm
Who they
talking
was made
about.
by?
Is the advertising agency looks at it, and I might be wrong in my interpretation of the video,
Mm-hmm.
but you got Caucasian people sitting at a conference table talking about different songs and said, let's put this one aside and let's play this one.
Mm-hmm. 2 Live Crew, pop that coochie.
So,
pop that coochie.
You got the video right here.
Yeah, I
Do
just
what
got
you want with it.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the beginning of it.
I can't put that one on here, man. I can't put that one.
Why not?
No, sir.
You bet not.
Yeah, I wished it. You said it.
Yeah, I can't.
Because we talking.
Yeah.
You can't put it out there.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
You said, Raheem. You said.
Mm-hmm.
You know I can't put that out there.
No.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then. There's a reason why you say you can't put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to see? You're going to see.
That message, brother. That message. We can't. We can't.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is Well, in order to make the point, we talking about different songs and because you would get on the dance floor and that was coming up. I didn't get on the dance floor. First of all, I didn't get on the dance floor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you what I did. I was sitting in the corner and I would watch people react towards each other, and I had my flashlight in the corner and I was doing my thing. That's what I would do.
Puff, puff, pass.
Flashlight.
You can. Feel all right.
Lord Jesus.
La da da dee, da 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 da.
And it don't. But my thing is, man, the music that we're listening to today, and I stick to what I say. It's to me, and maybe I'm of that age. It's not the same kind of music. It's not the same level of music that we're listening to back then. But at the same time, the music has a mission. And like that song that Tucson sent to me, our 2 Live Crew, Pop That Coochie. The industry know what they're doing. They don't want to put you got music rap groups like PRT. I used to love PRT, man. Poor Righteous Teacher. I used to love them, man. But they never got a push because they was pushing positive messages in their music, and that's not what the media, what the society, what they wanted to push to our society. They didn't want that they didn't want that to infiltrate our elements, if you will. So, Toya, why do you think they're using that music? And way on back in the day, Lucifer was the head musician, if you will. Has it changed?
Oh yeah. Yeah. He was the head, he was God's right hand man, and he was one of the most beautiful. That's why he got cocky.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, we know that he uses a tool for his good.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that when you don't use music for God first, I mean, Jesus died for all sins, even his music. I'm just saying that part.
Mm-hmm.
Just throwing that out there. But when you don't use it for God first, it does a lot to other people. So this is what they're talking about for the love of money. I remember, I got to take it back, when I signed this contract, they wanted me to rap,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to take my clothes off. And I was already taking my clothes off at the time, but I remember thinking to myself, I did not want to be the epitome of this on television.
Exactly.
Showing all these little girls, making them think it's okay, because I know they're going to think it's okay. Because I knew that I was operating out of hurt. I knew I was not supposed to be doing that, even if I was doing it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I never indulged in that industry because I remember not wanting to be that type of role model for little girls because I knew I was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to some of this music, I think this is where the for the love of money comes from, because this goes back to men being the leader.
Mm-hmm.
You want to lead me, but you think it's okay for you to sing songs like Pop That Uchi.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You want to put that out there. You're cool with making money. You're cool with disrespecting me as a woman. You're cool with putting my body and putting our pictures and our videos and our pics all over the internet, making money off of it. And it's cool. And you think I'm going to respect you? You think that we're going to be able to have a family of respect? You think anybody's going to respect us? That's why people take us everlasting stock.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
Oh, look at them Negroes. They out there. They putting up their kids for rent. They disrespecting each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm disrespected, but I'm 20 million strong.
Mm-hmm.
You goofy, ignorant ninja.
Hand up in there.
Mm-hmm.
You 20 million strong.
Yeah.
And you done tainted. Yeah, you can hold that down, sir. We're not in school. Just give us a minute. You sitting up here putting this music out like you don't know what it's doing to our people. Like you don't know we're spreading away from the culture of the Saturday morning music we used to listen to. You're willing to do this to your own people. You're willing to do this to yourself. You're willing to do this all for the love of money.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, yes, the industry does know what they're doing. These are the same prejudiced people that brought us over here, cut us out of baby stomachs, and did all this, and they changed it into a new slavery. And people who decided to be house niggas, who thought it was okay to sing Pop That Coochie, to say who's effing who, to say all of this stuff that we out here doing, those are just another level of house Negroes that are putting out poison to trap the people in the field. You understand what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. I was once a part of that. But again, once God started to intervene with me, it's not so much what you say, how you say it. And then it's also the energy behind it. Because rap, we used to be able to rap and it was good. But the intent was to talk about how we felt.
Yep.
Now, rapping it's not about a meaning. It's about who can be stupid enough, ignorant enough, ratchet enough, disrespectful enough to get the money. And that's where the turn like happen. You know what I'm saying? So like until we people decide to stop accepting money that we know is going to infiltrate our communities, the next person that signs the contract is only going to keep up the curse.
Keep up the curse. Absolutely. And I love the way you put it. Keep up the curse. There you go. Tucson, talk to me.
Okay, so here's the deal. Back in whatever day it was when we were slave mentality, and they was exploiting us and raping our women and stuff like that. I hear that. But this behavior that we're talking about now is voluntarily.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody making you get on the dance floor with your legs wide open in front of the camera. You're
Mm-hmm.
doing that by yourself.
Mm.
And here it is. Not only are you doing it, I'm not talking about anybody. I'm just talking about what I see.
Mm-hmm.
You got your child doing the same thing.
Wow.
Look at mommy. Look at mama. Show them what you're working with, baby.
Grandma, mama, and baby.
And the child is doing it, and they're in diapers.
Mm. A child is born with no state of mind, blind to the ways of mankind. Go ahead, Tucson.
Excellent song.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent song. Excellent song. Excellent, timely song to make my point.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
We raising up. Almost said this demonic behavior.
Mm-hmm. Almost.
Because almost, I was almost say that
Mm-hmm.
because now in our songs, the forefront of what we're saying and the music that we're creating, the mascot
Mm-hmm.
is Satan himself, or what we think Lucifer, Satan is like, what he
Mm-hmm.
looks, we think that he looks like.
Mm-hmm.
We got this horned creature in our almost worship
Mm.
to promote our music,
Mm.
and we thought Kiss was bad, but we're a whole lot worse.
Wow. Wow. And
Dancing with the serpent.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Tell me when
508.
I'm lying.
Exactly. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Give us a call. Love to have your input on what we're talking about. We're going to switch up the topic just a little bit. And Toya would tell you this is Way Out Wednesday. Now, on Wednesdays, we don't have a topic. We talk about whatever we want to talk about. And we talk about it in its entirety. So, Toya, what's on your heart? Toya?
Yeah, I think I wanted to talk about this. I think it kind of ties into what we're talking about, wanting to change people,
Mm-hmm.
wanting to make people just like you instead of accepting people for who they are. Because the same way God made you, God made me. But you stood up here trying to change me into being like you. But you said you want me, but you don't want me. You want you in me.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
That's a problem for me.
Well, I know I'm gonna be the question asker on this. I'm gonna be the question asker on this one right here. Let's go ahead, Toya. What you talk to?
That's a problem for me. I'm 47 years old. You can't change me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to change. I'm cool with me. You not cool with me. I'm having this real big issue here lately, Raheem, with these gentlemen. And they're like, oh, you think you're a man? We're going to get the man out of you. That's a trigger because the dude that I beat up, that was one of his statements. You think you're a man. And it was like, we wound up getting into a fight because he said, I thought I was a man just because I'm very strong.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm very masculine. I'm very opinionated. And I have no fear.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean I don't have a feminine side, but when I see a real man, I can be a real feminine.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we got this tendency, men and women,
Mm-hmm.
to want to change somebody. Leave people alone, man. If you don't like who that person is or who they are, leave them alone. You ain't got to call them and talk to them.
Well,
You ain't got to call them and bother them.
Well, what if I think I have the potential to bring out the better side of you, a side that you have not recognized that is actually in you? But if you listen to me, I could bring out that side in you, and everybody.
You finna get cussed out talking about listening to you.
Mm-hmm.
You finna get cussed out. I ain't got to listen to you. I'm 47. I'm raised.
Well, see, but yeah, you are 47 and you're raised and you've been raised very well. But at the same time, you still got ears, though. You still got two ears on the side of your head, and they're designed for listening. I just want you to listen.
Right. Listen to what though?
Look here.
Like my thing is this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's when it comes to changing people. And I'm gonna say from a relationship aspect or courting aspect,
Mm-hmm.
I don't meet nobody with the intent to change them.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I meet them with the intent to show you who I am. And if you feel like you need to make some changes for me, that's on you. I'm not going to tell you nothing. Just like I said the other day with the boy lying, talking about you supposed to go, oh, I'm off when you lose your job. Oh, okay, good. Okay, I'm gone.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not like I haven't spoken to you about this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking you and you're lying. You're not handling your business, and I'm out. So it's not about needing to listen to somebody. It's not about changing somebody. When you meet somebody, you want to call somebody, you see who they are. If you know they're not for you, take your butt on someplace.
Mm-hmm. Step.
There's not a place that I have because I'm very outspoken and I got a lot more sense than most. And I'm gonna be honest because how we was talking about the music from back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
we ain't got many men like there was back in the day too. Don't get me started.
Mm-hmm. Come on, let's talk about it.
Half these jokers out here, they can't read. You can't keep a job. It rain. You can't go to work. You can't get on the bus. I do all of that. So listen to you for what?
Mm-hmm.
What you say? Listening, boy, if you don't get the hell away from me talking about listening to you, and I done got up and been out here getting on a bus and the train all times of day and night to go to work to make money, 2 jobs, 3 jobs, 5 jobs, with a car, no car. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
And listen to you for what? No. But at the end of the day, I feel like this. If you're seeing somebody that you're interested in, you were interested in for them, not for what you told them to do and who you told them to be. And I think that is very unfair for you to get with someone and think that you want to change them.
Mm-hmm.
Show them who you are and give them an opportunity to change for you. That's how you know they really down. But when you're a puppet or a puppet master and you think because you want to tell me, I don't know. I really think from this one individual, it's because I'm a woman. He got this thing in his mind with me being a woman and I'm supposed to have a place regardless of what. And no, my place is I got just as much freedom as you, sir. So stop trying to change people. Accept people for who they are. Take time to get to know them so you can know who they are, so you can know if you want to be there. Because trying to change a person, not gonna happen. I'm only gonna change it if I want to. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm good.
Period. Let's just say put a period at the end of that.
Period with a T. Make sure the period with a T
Period.
in at T at the end.
But let me ask you this, though, Toya, and I'm gonna go to Tucson on this as well. If that quote unquote right person come along, and you know that they have your best interest at heart, and they really care for you, would you listen enough to the point whereas you would be willing to maybe adjust a little bit? I'm not gonna say change. I'm gonna say adjust a little bit.
Well, again, I'm already adjustable. I know how to adjust. I think I adjust more than enough. I think I'm really a pushover. Now my bark might be big,
Mm-hmm.
but that's good because if you're scary, you need to stay away.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
But I think I adjust. And I get a little kind of way when people feel like I need to adjust more because I'm not the same as a girlfriend as I am right now. I am a lot calmer. I am a lot sweeter. I am a lot more compassionate. You know what I'm saying? But I still have a okay, now you're reaching. See, now you're using me. Now the same niceness you saw the other side.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So initially, at the end of the day, when you in love, and I mean real love, and you see this person does everything they can, you don't want to disappoint them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So if there's something that you find yourself doing that you know they don't like, you're gonna try to work better towards doing that. And then the other person is gonna understand that you're gonna try towards doing that. And it's something that we're working on together. You understand what I'm
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
saying? It's a habit of my like for instance, me being single, honey, I don't wait for no man to get out and pack my pump my gas.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm so used to doing things on my own, it's an automatic reaction. I'm not waiting for anybody to do anything, get me anything. If I say I want something, you got 3 days to get it. You ain't got it, I'm gonna get it myself. You too slow. Slow you blow. You lose, snooze, you lose.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? So I'm so set in a way to where I take care of myself. There are opportunities that when I do get in a relationship, I gotta hold myself, or the individual will be like, Toya. I'm like, okay, my bad. I'm sorry. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
Or I go open the door for myself. Toya, oh, my bad. I'm sorry. You know, I go shopping and get the groceries to start grabbing bags. Toya, oh, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I'm not used to having nobody take, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm used
Yeah.
to doing it on my own.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I got to stop and think sometimes. You know what I mean? So it really depends when it comes to you making adjustments. It's going to still be an equal give and pull, just like raising kids. Y'all learn each
Mm-hmm.
other. So I don't want you to change. But if you know that, I'm going to use smoking for an example, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you know I can't smoke because I'm in the military and you're a smoker because you love me, because we want to be half and half, You shouldn't smoke in front of me, and you should be like, I don't want to smoke in front of him. He can't smoke no more, and I don't want to. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like there should be a compassion, of flexibility between each other because we love each other, and we don't want one to feel, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, less than or equal than or out of place or influenced the wrong way. So we'll be willing
Mm-hmm.
to make adjustments in what we're doing to show that person that we really care. And then at the end of the day, those things can also bite us in the butt because then we feel like we changed for this person and we're not even with them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's you know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother story to feel like you made adjustments for a person and then like it didn't even matter. But at the end of the day, if you're confident in you and you standing 10 toes down, knowing that you do the right thing for the most part, I'm not saying
Yeah,
perfect,
yeah.
but you do the right thing,
Mm-hmm.
you don't need nobody to come in and change you. And then when they come in and change you, you're going to see that that's the issue because you already know you stand on business.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on.
Exactly. Tucson, let me come to you on this. And a lot of times I'm not gonna say it's our fault as men, but I will say that we play a part in it. Do you think women are in a situation or position right now whereas they just don't know when it's comfortable or when it's the right time to take off the glove because they fight so much that when a man come along in their lives, they so used to, like what you say, she's so used to getting a buggy, she's so used to picking up their stuff, she's so used to opening up the door, she's so used to doing these things on her own. Do you think we have prepared that pathway for them? And then when somebody come in and want to be quote unquote that man, she's so used to doing this, man. You gotta adjust yourself a little bit and give her time to readjust to having you in her life.
Mhm, 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 mhm. Um, mm,
Come on.
I'm trying to help you um, understand that you got to put your past behind you.
Mm.
You can't put every man in that category.
Mm-hmm.
Is this other guy that's coming along, and if you don't adjust a little bit, time, and he got to be patient.
Okay, I'm glad you said that, Paul. He got to be patient. Okay, okay.
Yeah, he got to be patient. He got to be patient
Mm-hmm.
because if a woman has been by herself for 45 years,
Good Lord.
you got a woman that's been by herself for 45 years.
Mm-hmm.
You got to
Mm-hmm.
understand that.
Yeah.
So she gonna pull at that door. You better believe it.
Mm-hmm.
And for about a year or so, you're gonna have to deal with saying, "What are you doing?"
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She puts out the trash.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You out there? Would you pay for this? I got the money to pay for the gas. Would you go? I'm gonna pump it while you go pay. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
are you doing? And you got to repeat that. And I'm just telling you. Because I just, Lord have mercy. If she didn't already raise her children through a struggle, she didn't have this busters, I call them busters,
Mm-hmm.
because if you're sitting down in the car while she pumping gas, you're a buster.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you out there, and you don't even try to help her put out the trash. You just lay down on the couch and say, "Had you put the trash out yet, you buster?"
Mm-hmm.
And if that's all, now here's the kicker, because I got a child. I got one daughter, and I tell her all the time, I will not support you to help somebody else bring you down. Never.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Never. I will never support that. So everybody you bring to me, I'm gonna look at it, and I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna criticize. That's who you want to be with. But when it comes down to the rubber meeting the road, if I see that he's bringing you down, I'm not gonna support you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because I'm supporting him in bringing you down.
Yep.
You mean to tell me that he drops you off to work with his girlfriend in the car? Girl, please.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And you tolerating that?
I need that bail money, Daddy.
No, stop it. I need some bail money too.
Mm-hmm.
Both of us gonna need it.
Wow.
Because that ain't gonna work for me.
Mm-mm.
Talking about, I'm finna get married. No, you not. Because not
Mm-hmm.
only you gonna suffer, your children gonna suffer, and I'm not gonna have it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm gonna have to not only help you and the children, I'm gonna have to help him. And the
Mm-hmm.
devil is lying.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, ain't doing it.
Exactly.
Ain't gonna
Exactly.
do it.
Mm-hmm.
That
So
right.
if I'm trying to help you change your pattern and your selection of men, that's
Mm-hmm.
the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because we all not like that. I'm just saying.
Good deal. Good deal. Toy you with a T, talk to me because he put a lot out there right there.
Yeah, y'all ain't like that. Y'all about like this music. They don't make good ones no more.
Mm.
No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But no, he right. I saw a
Mm-hmm.
video on Facebook the other day, this Chinese guy, and he's getting ready to marry his daughter, and he told the guy, he said, listen, before you abuse and mistreat her and leave her out there hurt, you bring her back home to me. If you
Mm-hmm.
feel like you don't love her no more, if you feel like you can't be faithful to her no more, if you feel like you can't do right by her, and I'm her father, I mean, he had tears in his eyes. Bring her home to me.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I'm a firm believer in that. And that's another way we get God out here in these streets when our daddy's not there. I had a gangster for a daddy, honey. He's gonna make sure his presence was known. And he gonna, yeah, she hold it down, but I will still come looking for you, sir. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
know she can handle herself. I taught her very well. Yeah. And I will still come looking for you. Trust me, she is not the problem. She light work compared to what I got coming to you. So I had a lot of fear factors when it came to men with me, you know. And then, you know, I agree with Toussaint because I just had this conversation with someone the other day why I'm going 100%. I said, because I got too many men in my life, including my father, that will take care of me. But once I get with another man, they're not finna hold me down and I gotta ask them for
Mm-hmm.
money and it's two of us now. You're not
Exactly.
being a man. And you can't
Mm-hmm.
expect them to want to help me now. Now, when you by yourself as a woman, okay, right? And this is what kind of upsets me when it comes to men wanting the same treatment as a woman. You're not a woman. You don't get the same treatment that we do. Daddy take care of us. Daddy shouldn't be taking care of no grown behind man. But okay, the grown daughter that's supposed to be married, I can see the dad taking care of her because that's the role. She's supposed to be getting
Mm-hmm.
with a man, to take care of her. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Even if she is self-sufficient. You understand what I'm saying? So I believe I'm with Tucson on that. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? If you out there and somebody is complimenting your demise, I'm not with them. Even as
Mm-hmm.
an auntie, if you're not good, I'm coming through like, yo, what's up? You good? You having problems? Don't tell me nothing, because I'm gonna go to him and I'm gonna step to him about what he doing to you, or about what
Yeah.
she doing to you. You understand
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And we
Mm-hmm.
need to sit down all together and figure it out, because you're not gonna use my baby up. But I do have faith that if you really want to be committed and you really want to put the work in order to get to 30 years, you're gonna go through a lot.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So I'm with all of that, but I'm still with Tucson. If they're complimenting your demise,
Mm.
yeah, no. You say he got a girlfriend. Girl, get up my phone. Don't you call me, ask me for nothing else. Boy, get up my
Mm-hmm.
phone. Don't you call me, ask me for nothing else. You're allowing yourself to be done like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think at the end of the day, somewhere in a path, we reject what our parents may have taught us. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that sometimes when we don't see the picture in real life, like the one they try to paint for us, for example, if you're a mom and a dad and you've been teaching your kids about cheating and then you get caught cheating and your family knows, that's going to be an issue. You understand what I'm saying? There's different things that happen to people in their life that allow them to be abused. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? That allow them to be treated unfairly. And it may have nothing to do with you, daddy. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So at the end of the day, I think when you notice that happening in your son or your child, it's time to pull back and we need to get some therapy, because there's something that has happened in the first connection, which is the parental connection. There's something that went on there to allow them to accept this kind of treatment.
Yes.
So not only check the daughter or the son, you know what I'm saying? But you need to check their mental health on why they're allowing such things to happen. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Because I
Mm-hmm.
think that I don't think that we mean to, but I do think there is a subconscious mindset that make us feel like that's what we deserve, or are worth. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
According to
Yeah.
the next person. And I just think that we need to dig deeper and figure out the solution, because if not, she's going to attract the same thing the next time. And it's just going to be an ongoing cycle. You know what I mean? But Tucson is absolutely right. Those are red flags you need to pay attention to before your babies get too deep in the water and they wind up drowning.
Exactly. Exactly. Curtis, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning? Oh, hold on. I got Curtis on mute. He has some background
Hey,
noise. There you go. There you go.
morning, family, morning. What's going on?
Hey,
What's up?
we're talking about, this is way out Wednesday, man. So I'm gonna ask you in a minute what you want to talk about as well. But right now we're talking about being in a relationship, and how does if a person want to change you, should they be able to change you? Are you willing to change? Are you willing to adjust? Or you're gonna be the person that you've been your whole life, regardless of who you with.
Well, I don't believe people change nothing. I believe that's man's level of narcissism
Mm,
that tells him to lie that he has changed this woman, or that's woman's level of narcissism to say that she has changed this man. That's a lie.
mm-hmm.
You don't change nothing. All you do is aid and assist the molding of change. The person is the one that causes the change. The person is the one that activates the change. You are nothing but a catalyst,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't. That's one thing that we taught in the counseling world is never believe that you changed a client
Mm-hmm.
because you'll set yourself up for failure. You ain't changed nothing. That client made the choice
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
you provided tools to go in their social toolbox.
Mm-hmm.
That client made the choice to use those tools to change their life.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't changing nothing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, okay. I hope I answered your question. I don't know if I did or no,
Well,
but
you did, but my
yeah,
thing
man.
my thing is this right here. If a young somebody, a young lady would have come to younger version of Curtis, 25, 26 years old, and say, look here, you are an amazing person, but I think there's some adjustments that if you make these little slight adjustments, you're not only will you excel, but you'll fly past the moon. Or you would, and they tell you what those adjustments are. You listen to what they're saying to you. Are you willing to make those changes?
Am I willing to make those adjustments?
Yes.
Yes. But at
Mm.
the end of the day, she did not make the adjustment. She did not make me make the adjustment. She
Mm-hmm.
gave me a choice
Mm-hmm.
to adjust.
Mm-hmm.
I chose. I chose to make an adjustment, or I could have chosen. Nah, I ain't rocking with nothing you saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, I'm not making an adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, the change that happened, and I'm not taking any credit from anybody. It's just the truth.
Mm-hmm.
The change that happens because the person who is changing chooses to make the change. I remember it happened to me, and the girl, the female, didn't have to say anything.
Mm-hmm.
It was the way she treated me that told me, okay, hold on, Kurt, you're gonna have to make an adjustment on this one right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
things that she would talk to me about in conversation, hold on, Kurt, you're gonna have to make an adjustment right here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And still to this day, it sticks out. Whenever I have moments where I feel like I'm less than, where I feel like I'm not good enough, where I feel like I missed the mark, where I feel like I fell short, I will never forget her name. Her name is Pastor Terry Fields. I
Mm-hmm.
will never forget it, man. That girl used to say, we would have conversations that would just tell me, that woman, we would have conversations that would just tell me, you know what, Kurt? You're gonna have to make an adjustment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like, but that was me making the adjustment. It was me making the choice.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
When people start saying, and I'm gonna land the plane right here. When people start saying, "Oh, I'm gonna change him," what you really don't know, I'm gonna change her. what you really don't know is that you're actually putting yourself in a lane of failure,
Mm-hmm.
disappointment, letdown, betrayal, deceit, because you already told a lie to yourself that you're going to change that person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Give us a call. We're talking about change. Are you willing to make the changes? Somebody come along and you live your life the way that you live your life. And they say that, I've been watching you, me and you in this relationship. If you make these little subtle adjustments, we could go to a totally different level, or you could take yourself to a totally different level. Ryan, good morning, sir. How are you doing this morning? Are you willing to make those adjustments?
Am I willing to make adjustments? Oh, well, good morning to you.
Good
How's
morning.
everybody doing?
Doing well, sir. Are you willing to make those adjustments? If she say to you that, I've been watching you, we've been in a relationship for a minute. If you just do these a few little things here, make these few just adjustments. She don't say changes. She say adjustments. Make these few separate little adjustments. It would take you to a totally different level, and you will see a huge difference in your life. Ryan, are you willing to make those changes? Are you willing to make those adjustments? Because leave it right there. Are you willing to?
So if I'm being silly, the only adjustments I'm making is my belt size. But no, it just depends, really,
Mm-hmm.
because that's just that person's perception, right? Just because somebody else wants something different doesn't mean that it's something that has to change.
Mm-hmm.
What they want, not necessarily what's needed. But I'm always open to conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always open to looking at what these suggested adjustments are. That doesn't necessarily mean I have to do them. That's the best part.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're talking about the person suggesting these adjustments, is that my significant other, or is that an outside party?
No, that's a person that you're in a relationship with.
So this is going to sound bad, but in my thought process is, when did you stumble upon these things that you wanted me to adjust, before or after you became my partner?
Mm.
And what led you to be with me in the first place? Why I got to change all of a sudden?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You liked me enough from the get. Why I got to change now? I'm still open to the conversation, but what if you toss it back in their court? Why do I have to make these adjustments? What are they going to accomplish for us?
Mm-hmm.
What if I have some adjustments that I'd like you to make? Are you amenable to those too? It's a whole big conversation. You have to have the conversation, and both parties have to be interested and have an open mind. I think that's where I'm at.
Good deal. Toussaint, talk to me, brother. Are you willing to make those adjustments? Are you willing to take that Spider-Man suit off?
Depends on whether you. Well, there you go. There you go. Yeah. You have to play the role. You ain't never played the role before. Play the role. How about that? If it works, do it.
Mm-hmm.
A simple song that was written that had stipulations to whether or not a person was going to be in a relationship with another person was written. You're going to have a J-O-B to be with me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How about that?
Yes, sir.
You trying to change me. I like sitting on the couch, sipping beer off your money while you go to work 2-3 jobs.
Mm.
I'm laying there with a big belly.
Mm.
You're going to have a J-O-B to be with me. Girl, you tripping. You trying to change me. How does that sound, right?
Terrible. With your big old smelly belly.
Yeah. Matter of fact, let me throw it out there. You're going to have to wash your tail.
Mm. Mm.
You trying to change me. Well, you stinking.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me back up a little bit. Let me back up. Let me back up. Let me back up.
Well, you just
Let
say
me back up.
you're just not fresh.
Well, let me back up a little bit and calm down. Because if you continuously over and over and over and over again are in and out of a relationship, and everybody that you meet got a problem, sooner or later you should realize the problem is you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
They all can't be that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I think it's your selection is bad.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
mean to tell me that every man that you got out of the church wind up being a pimp
Mm.
is your selection?
Yeah. Your
I just
selection.
threw it way out there, didn't I?
You threw it way on out there. Your selection process is not right. You need to readjust your selection
Yeah,
process.
no,
Yeah.
right. Because here's what I said. You get it now. You got every one of them out the church, and then none was no good.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I thought about while we was talking, Raheem, is you give a person a closed Bible, what sense does that make for you to expect them to adjust to it
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and
Wow.
live a wholesome life? What sense does that make?
None. Nada.
And see people do that every day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they got one. You trying to change me? No, I'm trying to give you an opportunity to have a good life.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't trying to make you do nothing. Y'all always talking about Jesus, 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 Jesus. No, I want to live the way I ain't saying you can't live the way you want to, but I'm saying that you continue to have the same types of problems over and over and over again. Don't you want a better life? Here's something here's something to help you. And I'm talking about, I put that out there like that, but I'm talking about, okay, if every man or woman you meet, they all on the, oh Lord, you mean to tell me he liked to ride the pole? Come on now.
Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus.
I'm serious about him because some women, they wait 5 years to wind up finding out that he in the closet.
Terrible. Terrible.
Not how you feel.
This is my confession.
You mean to tell me you mean to tell me Jane took your woman?
Jane. You say Jane took your woman. Jane. God. Wow.
How you feel now?
Maybe you never loved like I've lived. Maybe you never been in love like I've been in love. Maybe you've never felt the things that I felt. Yeah, bro, you got problems. Kurt, talk to me, brother. Toya with a T, coming to you next.
Well, it ain't too much more I can say or add to this conversation that ain't been added. You know, Tucson just kind of hit the nail right on the head with one stroke. My God, brother, I need you to come up here and build my house. Man, you know, I was strolling yesterday on my Instagram, and there's a podcast. I don't know the name of it or whatever, but I ran across like clips of this podcast, and this young lady was on there, and everything she was saying, you know, I get it that, you know, the man is the leader of the household and those things like that. I understand that. I completely understand that. And I completely concur with that, right? But I think it's time for us to get. We have to get to a place, and I think we're trying to get there. I really do. I'm paying attention to the dynamics that's going on with the population that I work with. But I think it's time that we get back to the idea that okay, every executive officer has an assistant,
Mm-hmm.
right? Every general, every CO has a COO.
Mm-hmm.
The two go together. Like when I think about like my military service, right? You had a battalion commander, then you had a battalion XO.
Mm-hmm.
You got a president, then you got a vice president. You have a brigade commander, then you have a brigade XO. And I think we got to get back to the idea. We just been so busy pointing the finger and pointing the blame, and it's almost it takes me back to Genesis, bro. How long are we gonna stay caught up in this crap?
Mm-hmm.
This idea that humanity is humanity that our relationships are supposed to be perfect, perfect in their inception, perfect in their creation. How long are we going to keep buying that perfection idea that causes us to point the finger? Why do I say that? Because when in Genesis, right now, I could have read it wrong. And if I did, God, please forgive me first and foremost. And for my listeners and for our listeners and the parishioners and those who are wrapped in the body of Christ, please forgive me if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But when I read Genesis and you read when Adam and Eve and the serpent was together, and then God came, they both ran
Mm-hmm.
and hid. As soon as God said, you know, hold on, man, did y'all eat over there? Did y'all eat off that tree I told y'all not to eat off of? The first thing they did, what was the first thing they did, Raheem?
Lied.
Oh, well, he told me to do it.
Mm-hmm.
No, no, God, hold on now. Y'all, the way, who told y'all was naked?
Mm-hmm.
Why'd you do it? Oh, he told me to do it. Well, she told me to do it first.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they pointed the finger.
Yeah.
So
Blame game.
sometimes I wonder, like, when do we really start catching? When do we really start catching the messages that that God truly sends us through His words that He most graciously put on the paper with grace and mercy and compassion? When do we start to say, okay, hold on,
Good deal. Mm-hmm.
I'm doing exactly what Eve did, and I'm doing exactly what Adam did.
Mm-hmm.
And how did that turn out for them?
Exactly. Let me go to Toya with a T. Toya with a T. What's on your heart, sister? Go to Cassandra after that.
Yeah, no, that was a good story. I just gotta notice how did they both adapt to change.
Mm-hmm.
Adam and Eve, they both had to change. Get up out of here. Because I told you not to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But then also I think about the point that when Eve ate it, nothing happened. And then when Adam ate it, the whole world changed.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that signals something very significant about the man. And when he decides to go against the Lord,
Wow.
it can change the entire future of the world. That's how I perceive that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, women can do something, can disobey God, right? But it wasn't a change until the man had done so. I'm just going to throw that out there. But okay.
Mm.
And if you also look at that story, we were both issued our own punishments.
Mm-hmm.
That goes back to what Kurt said. Until you, the individual, decides to change, whether it be change and go on your own, change against the word of God, change against whatever, there won't be no change until you do that against whatever law that has already been set, whatever it is, good, bad, or indifferent. And until you, the individual, decide to say, hey, I don't want to do that, I don't want to listen, you're going to still get your own punishment.
Mhm.
But the significant thing is about when the man breaks the law, it changes the world. And we don't even look at it, because when you sleep with me and you know you didn't marry me, you wonder where all this discourse come from and having all these kids and single parent women. You don't even notice how powerful you touching that tree, Adam, which I feel like is not making sure that you do the proper steps to build a family, Adam. You change the entire world from that day forward. Don't even know it. Don't even know how powerful you are, because we still thinking that we're not Adam and Eve. I am Eve. I did touch it, and I did talk him to touching it, which is a part of the curse, I believe. When
Mhm.
he gave in to her, I believe that's what helps lead to the weakness of men for women. Like, honestly,
Wow.
you understand what I'm saying? So now here we are. Jesus had to die for all that. Listen, y'all mixed up. Get out of here. Nah. Mix all that up. Now you
Hey,
operate
Toya.
up under me.
Hey, Toya,
Huh?
do you think God made Eve too fine?
Well, I don't think Adam even noticed she was fine until the apple was ate. Yeah, he of course. Can you, if we was made in his image, I believe that God is a fine little something in the spirit. So yeah, I can just imagine he
Mm.
making Eve perfect, Coke bottle perfect, and he
Mm.
making Adam perfect, Anaconda perfect. Just saying.
Lord Jesus.
But you didn't look at it like that, because that world had not been there yet.
Mm-hmm.
That world had not been introduced to you yet, like a fresh baby. I believe they had telekinesis. I believe they did miraculous, wondrous things that all of our humans are created with. We just can't tap into no more because you outside the garden.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I do believe she was fine, he was fine, but that didn't even matter to them, because they had a different kind of love. They had a different kind of clean pureness about them, to where sex probably wasn't even the issue, honey. They probably was like gremlins. You throw a little water on her and poop, 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 poop.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. But then the change came, and the change has affected us forever. And I feel like if we keep walking around here not recognizing that you are the Adam and you are a Eve,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and anytime that you go against what God say don't do, you are now going to change your generations for your kids, and your kids. And we don't fall back on that. We stay getting trapped up into whose problem it was, like what Kurt said. Oh, it's
Mhm.
the man. No, I have to take responsibility for myself. I think I told you a story where God checked me. Well, Toya, don't get mad at me. You ain't married, honey. You don't want to cook, you don't want to clean, and you want to tell a nigga how to choose. Excuse my language.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Straight
Wow.
like that. And I had to decide, do I want to make adjustments? But it took for God to do that. There was no man that could walk this earth to do that to me, to inspire me, to want to change, to want to be a different person, to want to be a wife, to want to be like, oh, you right, Lord. You understand what I'm saying? So change is between you and God. But what we must remember with the power that he gave us, it don't matter if your name Adam, Eve, or Steve, or Lou. It don't matter. If he tell you not to touch something, or he tell you not to do it, and you do it anyway, it don't matter who you blame it on. You are now changing the future of the world from here on out. 10,000 things.
Go. It's called disobedience. It's called
That part.
disobedience. Yeah, absolutely. Cassandra, good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Good morning.
Okay, we got something fancy going on back there. We got to figure out what that is. We'll figure it out. Cassandra, we're talking about change and making a change. If a person come along and meet a 25, 26-year-old Cassandra, and they say, listen here, look at here, woman. Now I've been watching you, and you're doing very well. But if I could get you to make these couple of subtle adjustments in how you approach different things, it'll take us and our relationship and everything else that we're doing to a totally different level. Just a few little subtle adjustments I need you to make. Cassandra, do you make those adjustments? Do you listen? What do you do?
Wait a minute now. You said 25-year-old me?
Yes, 25, 26-year-old Cassandra, still full of fire.
Uh-huh.
Wow, ready to fight and do everything. Yeah, that Cassandra right there.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy come along, y'all in a relationship now. Y'all in a relationship. He said, listen, he said, I've been watching you for a while. And I've been watching how you move and how you do certain things. And you're okay. But if I could get you to make these few little adjustments right here, it'll take our relationship and everything that we're trying to do to a totally different level. I just need you to make those little subtle adjustments. Are you willing to do that? Would you have been willing to do that?
If the adjustments were reasonable and they made sense, of course. Why wouldn't you change if something is going to better you? Maybe I'm not getting it. Because why would you not make changes that would better you in your relationship with, I presume, somebody that you care about, love?
Let me ask you this. What if they thought they would make you better, but you didn't see it the same way? Would you give it a grace period and change it just for a grace period to try it? Or would you say, well, that's not really who I am, or I don't operate like that, or whatever the case? How would you handle that if you didn't see it as being a good adjustment?
Go ahead.
If you didn't see it as being a good adjustment, how would you handle it?
Okay, well, I mean, I would have to see it as being something positive. I don't, like I said, maybe I'm misunderstanding, but anything that would better me and better our relationship, why would I not be open to that? If it is something reasonable and within my power to do, there's no reason I would not do it.
Okay.
That I can think of.
Okay, that's good, because a lot of time in the conversation, a lot of time, folks will say, no, I wouldn't do it, because what gives you the right to change me? I'm who I am, and that's who I am, and that's who I've always been. So who are you to come into my life? And now that I'm 25 years old, been living all these years, 25, 26 years old, been living all these years without you. Now here you come, want to change who I am that I've been for 25, 26 years. That's the stake, the stand that some people take on it.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, change is sometimes good. Like I said, if it's something that's positive and something within my power to do, I don't understand why anyone. I mean, even if I'm resistant to it a little bit, if I know that it's the truth, if it's something that would really help me, why would I not be open to it? That would make there is a problem with me if I'm not open to doing something that would be positive in my life. I don't.
Okay. I understand exactly what you're saying. Ryan, talk to me, brother.
You caught me with chips in my mouth.
Stop eating, man. Stop eating, man. But
been here all day. I gotta eat something.
And I saw that big fire in the factory y'all had up there in Detroit, man. What's going on with that, man? In the that was.
I don't know. It's still blowing up right now.
It's still burning out. Good Lord.
There's having explosions this morning.
Wow.
One of my driver's daughters decided she was going to record that while she was driving by, right?
What she hit?
He texted her back and said, "Are you crazy? You better get in the house and get in the basement," because there's like maybe a half mile from her house.
Wow.
So sad story. She did that. And we saw on the news today, a guy was at the gas station pumping gas, recording it with his phone off in the distance, a quarter of a mile away. Got hit in the head and died by something that blew up off the building. Better stop recording stuff. Put that phone down.
Exactly. I'm gonna tell you,
it's not funny, but it, irony.
Yeah, I saw it, man. I said, man, that's crazy right there. But what about these adjustments we're talking about, though, Ryan? Are you willing to make them?
I'm always willing to better myself. If that's the course of action that needs to take or to happen, right?
What if you don't see the value in what they're saying to you?
I think I go with like what Cassandra said. If I can't see the value in it, then maybe there's something wrong with me. If it's something valuable, you know what I'm saying? Like, who's to determine? Who are you to tell me how to be?
See that part right there. That part right there. That's the part that a lot of people take. That's the stance a lot of people take. When that person outside, sometimes you can't see though. Sometimes you can't see being on the inside. You cannot see. And somebody else looking at you and looking at the situation
Yes,
circumstances, they can see it much better than you can. So why not take
absolutely,
what
absolutely.
yeah, go ahead.
And I think that's something we take for granted is outside people looking in, a different perspective on things, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can't just take everything that somebody says
Yeah.
verbatim.
You
I
be
saw this. Maybe you should change that.
mhm.
That don't make any kind of sense.
You be
You
change,
know, so
you be changing 10, 15 times a day, won't you?
I mean, I never stop changing. I'll look like some kind of creature from the Blue Lagoon. But it's one of those things, like I said earlier, it's conversation that you can have.
Mhm.
You don't have to adopt those practices, but you should have the conversation and at least listen.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if somebody's bringing something to your attention, like you said, it may not be something that you see.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably a good idea just to at least hear them out. Think about it.
Now, Ryan, she look at you say, now look at here, Ryan. Man, we be going to these business meetings and stuff like that, man. You be with some very influential people, man. I need you to make one change when you go to these meetings, though. And you're like, okay, what is it? Man, you need to stop eating with your mouth open, man. Stop chewing with your mouth open.
No, I'm not doing that. I need people to see that I'm enjoying this food and see me eat it.
I want you to see the mixture, how I combine all this stuff together. Yeah.
It just that sound. It's not nasty. It's tasteful.
Wow. Tucson, talk to me, brother. Tucson, you there?
Okay. Yeah, I'm here. No. Okay, I'm double tasking. Yeah. Okay, so let me say it like this. You got some fuzz in the back of your head.
Mm-hmm. Say that one more time.
I think that's a silly comment.
Okay, I missed what you said. Say it again. Got some what now?
Fuzz in the back of your head.
Lord Jesus.
And you tell me I'm tripping.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can see it better than you can.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's kind of silly, right? A lot of times people say something to you, been saying something to you for years, and because the way you're stuck in the way that you are, you just won't change it.
Mm-hmm.
You just won't.
Mm-hmm.
Because you like being the way that you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes I'm careful about how I say this, and sometimes in our desire to be in a good, wholesome relationship, we find ourselves alone because we just don't want to listen.
Yep, exactly. Don't want to listen. Hard
because somebody says it's something, and you say no.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I'm this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everybody can't be wrong.
Yeah.
Because the proof is in the pudding.
Mm-hmm. That's
you
right.
keep getting either in disastrous relationships or none at all.
Mm-hmm.
How you like that?
How you like them apples? Good deal. Good deal.
So in order for you to have some sort of change, you got to listen to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can't be wrong.
Mm-hmm. All right, now this is Way Out Wednesday. Y'all ready to go way out? Are y'all ready? Because I think this topic gonna be a little sticky. I'm gonna start off with let me start off with Curtis. Curtis, you there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
It's not like that. I'm just
What's up?
asking a simple question.
What's up?
Asking a simple question, man. Should Nikki Haley, should she bow out? We just had Super Tuesday. Should she bow out? And what does it say to you that so many people are going the route that they're going?
Well, I'll take the latter question first.
Mm-hmm.
What it says to me is that I need to strongly consider looking at some property somewhere else.
Wow. Wow.
As a man, I am charged to protect my household. I am
Mhm.
charged to protect my livelihood, my household, and my children.
Mhm.
And what I see is uh, the evolution of us returning back to Jim Crow.
Mm. Wow. Wow, Curtis.
That's what I see. Jim
Wow.
Crow, not 2.0, but Jim Crow 4.0.
Mm.
Because see, nobody, I don't want to say nobody, but here's how I view it from my lens. After the Civil Rights Act of 64, 65, I always get them confused. There's the Voters' Rights Act, there's the Civil Rights Act. One was in 64, one was in 65.
Mhm.
After those acts, in so many words, Jim Crow ended, right?
Mhm.
Then you had Jim Crow 1.0. That's when they started changing legislations. That although the Civil Rights Act and the Voters' Rights Act gave you these rights momentarily, but what they did was they put stipulations on the rights through legislation. That was 1.0, right? Then the strong advisement of credit reports and redlining and the amplification of those things. That was Jim Crow 2.0.
Mhm.
Then the prison industrial complex came into play. That was Jim Crow 3.0. And Jim Crow 4.0 is that now what we're going to do is we're going to take away everything that established those rights that you people fought so hard for. To me, that's Jim Crow 4.0, right? So I'm seriously considering either dual citizenship or just leaving the country altogether, because whatever they got going on, I don't want to be a part of that.
So does
And if
that
you ask
so
me,
so
if
so
you
let
put
me
me
ask
in
you
a
this, let me ask you
position,
this question, Curtis. If that be the case and you do that and you move and go to another country, are you in a roundabout way saying, okay, I get it, y'all win?
no, I'm saying, okay, I get it, and I don't have to be a part of your foolishness. You know, I'm reminded of a scripture in the Bible when Jesus was teaching his disciples, and he talked about going into a town. I can't remember exactly where it's at in the Bible, but he talked about going into a town, and he taught them that, okay, look, don't feel disrespected. If the town people don't receive you, he said, wipe off your sandals and move on to the next town.
Mm-hmm.
Go on your way. So although I know what the truth is, these people don't want to exist in a certain level of truth. It's crazy to me that the lies for which they stood on so fervently over the years. I heard something on online where the school superintendent in Texas, they trying to make these two cousins who are Trinidadians cut their hair because they say their hair is too long, it's below the neck, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got dreads. And they interviewed the school superintendent, and guess what he said, Raheem?
What's that?
His excuse for suspending these kids from school was, well, we have had this dress code for the last 90 years and have never had an issue. Well, 90 years ago, you didn't have black folk in your school. So you've been doing 90 years ago. That means you've been doing, it's not right because you've been doing it for 90 years. So that's where I'm at with it, man. Like this whole thing, and I watched the Super Tuesday, and I watched it, and for the life of me, I've always thought that Americans were more able to recognize BS than most.
Mm-hmm. But see, that's the thing.
But
A lot of people, and we got to move on to somebody else. But one of the things about a lot of people, see, you got to understand, a lot of people don't believe that it's BS. You got a certain element that don't believe it's BS, because you may believe that it's BS, and a lot of people that think like you may believe that it's BS. There's an other side of the table that don't believe that it's BS at all.
And I get that, and you are absolutely right. Here's what here's what makes me laugh deep down inside is the fact that I believe that it's BS is not nothing that I'm countering.
Mm-hmm.
This is what these are the things that I have heard these people say out of their mouths personally, like right there on camera.
Mm-hmm.
Look, let me just end it like this right here, right? Okay, let's just talk about rape. Let's just talk about rape for a minute. You're telling me that you're willing to follow a group of people where there is a large percentage of men who are making decisions who have been brought up on rape charges.
Mm.
And most of them are leaders of that specific party. You're telling me that I literally watched one of the biggest voices for a specific party say to another reporter that if 45 raped his two daughters, he would ask his two daughters, well, what was y'all wearing?
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Is that the society we want? Is that what we want to live in? So what was your first question? Because that was the easy one.
Okay, hold on. We got to come. We got to come back to you, Craig. I got to come back to you, because I got to move on and keep it moving. But let me go to Cassandra. Cassandra, you there?
Yes.
Should Nikki Haley, should she bow out? Because I'm looking at the numbers. I'm looking at the numbers, and right now Trump is at 995. He has 995 of the delegates, and he need 12, 15 of the delegates to move on to be the nominee. With her, and she only has 89 delegates right now. Should she bow out? And what does the way that people are going in this particular, the voice that the people are saying in this particular race, what does that say to you?
That there's some sick people in this country.
Wow.
We just, no, it's some sick people here.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have a man, I don't care. I mean, like when it comes to him, what's his name? 45 or whatever his name is. When it comes to him,
Donald Trump,
there is whatever.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to him, there is, I've said it and I'll say it again. I would rather elect the dog catcher, the mailman, the clerk at Walmart, who have no experience in that. I'd rather put any of them in the White House rather than see that man go in again and run his anarchy and his dictatorship.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And Nikki Haley, she needs to go ahead. At this point, she needs to bow out. At this point, she probably needs to bow out. And then I'm sort of iffy about that too, because if y'all friend becomes the nominee and ends up being indicted and has to go to jail, she might have a chance. I don't know. They'll pull somebody else out the hat. I don't know. But it couldn't be nobody worse than whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Toya with a T, what do you say to that? Should she bow out with the numbers looking like they're looking right now, and she's at a she's way behind? Should she bow out? And what does that say? What does the numbers say about the society in which we live in right now? Toya. Toya with a T. Tucson, talk to me, brother.
Yeah, this society has had us in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like we need an ark. 8 people need an ark.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what we. That's what better get ready for.
But see,
Because I'm confused.
mm-hmm.
If we are at the point, and people evidently are very strong about this.
Yeah.
We almost are at the point. It seems like we better get ready because he's gonna be in with criminal charges in the White House as president. We don't know, but just for a thought that we would even consider in this society, this country that we live in, to have him to be even a candidate.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody need we need an ark, or we need to do like they did in Sodom and Gomorrah. We need to get Lot and his family out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the wheels are turning on destruction.
Wow.
And if and this is just me, it seems like we're at the point in this society. If God Himself don't intervene, and He is, we just don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
How He's intervening every day. But if we consider where we are, there is no good candidate. I'm gonna just throw that out here for free.
Yeah.
I don't see nobody qualified.
Yeah.
At all.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Neither side.
Mm-hmm. True.
In the president, the most just can anybody heard from Noah? I'm about ready to sing. It's gonna rain.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna rain. You better get ready.
It's gonna rain on your head. Wow. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. What do you all think? Should Nikki Haley, should she bow out? She's behind by huge numbers. She's behind by huge numbers. Should she bow out? And what does that say about the society in which we live in right now, that the numbers are looking like they're looking? A lot of people really feel like he's the answer. A lot of people really feel as though he is the answer. And the people feel the way they feel. You can't tell them how to feel. That's the way they feel. Are they right, wrong, or whatever? We can say what we want to say and how we want to say it, but they still feel that way. And the votes are proving the fact that they feel that way. Ryan, what's on your heart, brother?
Well, if I'm being honest, she should have never got in to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Why not?
None of them have a chance on the Republican side. None of them. That's just being real.
Mm-hmm. Why are they so strongly on pulling for Trump or have Trump in such a leadership position with the Republican Party? Why are they so locked loaded on him?
I think it comes down to some of the policy.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it has to do with he's not like the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of it has to do with the stuff that we talk about on here. That's common sense, putting America first,
mm-hmm.
getting rid of some of these big government things that are putting us where we at right now. I don't know about y'all, but I increased my income threefold when he was in office, and now I'm broke as a joke.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
wait a minute. Explain to me how did it happen. If you was making the money then, they didn't take your money away. Are you trying to say the inflation went up that much? Because I've been looking at the news, both on Fox and CNN and other branches as well, and they say the economy is in a great place right now. All of them say that.
According to who? What's your pocketbook say?
I'm just saying what I'm going by the report. Like I said, I look at Fox News, I look at CNN, I look at I look at all of them because
I agree with you.
and so my thing is, all of them are saying the same thing, that the economy is in a great place. The Dow Jones, they say is the best it's been in so many years, that it's crazy right now how the Dow was looking. And so and to say that you made more money or you was in a better financial situation during his administration than you are right now, I'm trying to understand that.
I'm trying to understand that too. I went from being comfortable to I can't even afford my bills.
Wow.
On a weekly basis, and I haven't increased anything. I've decreased. My grocery bills are out of control. $200 for some chicken and some vegetables. Out of control. And it's not just me. Every person that works in this facility right here feeling the pinch.
Okay.
Can't pay their bills. They going home early because we ain't getting no orders. We ain't getting no truckloads in. Our truckloads have gone from 3,000 inbound a day to barely 1,000.
Now, and so you're saying that that's because of the administration that Trump had in comparison to the administration that Biden has?
I can't say that. I can't say that. But all I can see is what I see.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I can see, right? Is people in here complaining about what happened to the money. Where did it go? And I don't just see it and hear it at work or from customers coming in. People ain't buying stuff because they're having to be more frugal. Man, I gotta pay these bills and get these groceries. These tires are gonna have to wait. I hear that every day out of my customers. It's crazy.
Gotcha.
I don't know where the fault is. I can't point a finger. I'm not some big wig analyst. I just know what I see. I know when the change happened.
Okay. Toya, with the T, you back with us? Toya, with the T, you back? Cassandra, talk to me. What do you say it is? And Ryan is telling you about his experience. Can't nobody say his experience. He knows his experience better than we do. So would you equate that to the administration, or how are you hearing what Ryan is saying, Cassandra? Cassandra,
I'm here.
Okay.
Okay. So we had let me just read something. Gross domestic product, a measure of all the goods and services produced in the country, has grown about 22% since Biden took office. That's compared to 14% uptick during Trump's presidency. So I mean, these are the actual numbers. See, I see, that's why my thing is I always do the research. Now, these numbers come from the actual government. So, the growth. I'm just saying, no, I'm just saying what I'm telling you, what the numbers are saying. Not what I said. It's just what the numbers are saying. 22% gross national product, and during Biden's administration, 14% was the uptick with Trump. Okay, we don't want to see, if we feel a certain way sometimes, even if there is a shift that we knew had to come. And we deal with very intelligent people on this show. I mean, I feel like the people on our show are some of the brightest people you'll ever get to meet. When you have people that can actually look at numbers, and they know that when you come in history, anytime the world has come out of a pandemic, anytime, you can go back and check as far back as pandemics came, there was a huge adjustment that had to be made to bring the countries around the world back into place. You have a pandemic that around the world, affected around the world, people, including this country heavily. And you expected this, I'm just talking about just normal people. You won't even have to be real smart. You expected for a man to come in and with all of the damage that was done to make everything good even in a 4-year period. That means that somebody is missing something. You're not thinking clearly. You just see the struggle, but you have to have the struggle in order to get back to where and move forward from where you were. Pandemics change worlds. They change entire societies. How is it that you would believe that when we have gone through something that traumatic, emotionally, financially, physically on people, that you are going to get anybody to come in and change everything within a 3 or 4 year period, something that literally affected the world? I never would think like that, because rationally, I know that was not going to happen. When Biden came in, I knew that it was going to be an uphill struggle. There is no way things were going to come together in a short period of time. 4 years, even 4 years is a short period of time to come back from an international pandemic. Come on now.
Wow.
This ain't even rocket science. This is elementary school stuff.
Somebody was just saying something while she was talking. Who was that? Okay. Kurt, what's on your heart, brother?
Me, right.
Go ahead,
It
Kurt.
was me, Raheem. What sis was reading she was reading the scores from the CBO, the Central Budgeting Office, which is a non-biased, non-party affiliated government organization that they basically monitor like the economy, the inflation, They monitor all of that stuff. I'll just say this. Ryan be on his stuff. He be up on his square. But my brother, please stop using them talking points, because products was expensive way before Joe Biden got in office. Chicken wings were expensive way before Joe Biden got in office. I think sometimes we choose a target to point at and blame without looking at the overall process of what's going on. These companies are gouging. So if you want to say anything, the greatest thing that I think we could do is to start speaking against these companies that are gouging prices. They are gouging, without a doubt. They are cashing in on the hardships and the struggle that Americans is going through in the midst of this change that Cassandra is talking about. That has nothing to do with the president. It's Trump. Never mind. I'm gonna land right there because I'm taking somebody else's time.
Good deal. Good deal. Ryan?
I mean, I hear what they're saying, but this is the same argument every 4 to 8 years. The same, pandemic or not. I'm not pointing the finger at Joe Biden. I never said it was his fault. But if you want to point the finger at companies, that's a valid choice, Curtis. But who do these companies have in their pocket? Who they lobby for? Who lets them get away with this crazy, insane pricing? Yeah, food costs been high, but I can remember last year alone, I could go to a grocery store, get a pack of 7 chicken breasts for $10 to $12. Now they're asking like $16 to $17. Wendy's talking about during lunchtime, they're going to have to inflate their prices on people when they come to order at lunchtime. Like, where is all this madness coming from? You know, it's not a president because they're all puppets. So we can't point fingers at presidents, but we can point fingers at them people that's still sitting in them seats for 60, 70 years and they left because they're the ones who take all these lobbyists in. I think that we get off on the wrong foot when we want to point fingers at the person sitting in the chair. But that's what happens, right? Because just like at a business, the CEO always going to take the heat because they're the figurehead. They're the person up front. But it's the people under him making those decisions, and then they come across the desk later on that get them in trouble, right? So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I wish I knew, but I know I'm tired of being broke.
Wow. Good deal. We're gonna keep this thing going. Y'all doing real good with the time, and I got my timer on right now. Y'all doing real good with the time, so I definitely appreciate that. Let me go to Joseph. Joseph, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Morning Glow family. Y'all fired up, man.
Yes, sir.
And y'all talking about the right stuff too.
Well, I want to hear.
Everybody's on point, huh?
I want to hear what you think about Trump right now, man. He has a huge lead. He has 995 delegates. He need 1,215 to be the nominee. Should Nikki Haley should she bow out right now? And what does this say? What is this saying to you that the vote is going the way that it's going in this day and time?
Well, what it says to me is that corporate America is dictating, and ever since Citizens United was passed and adopted, supported by the Supreme Court, the corporations is running America. And these multinational corporations really are running the whole world. They are the ones that stir up the strife in these various countries, keeping them unstable, and making these people run across the borders. And then they control the media, so they turn us against the immigrants coming across the border. I mean, think about it. The U.S. went into Hawaii and took Hawaii.
Yeah.
How the hell do we have room to complain about immigrants? We took Guam.
Amen.
Went into the Philippines. See, the dumbed down masses in America, and we're dumbed down because our education system is ran by corporate America. They just want us to be smart enough to go to Burger King and all these places and work and keep our mouths shut. Don't look under the covers. The fact of the matter is the corporation control our military. The military works for them. So if something don't go right in another country and it's not conducive for business as far as they're concerned, what happens? We send our soldiers over there. We over in Africa right now to make sure these corporations get what they want. We assassinate leaders. We assassinate leaders here in this country and in other countries. We do that. We do that on a regular too. So Citizens United should be gone, but the dumbed down masses, especially those MAGA people who think that everything is going to hurt black folks in this country. They're afraid of us. Oh, they are fearful of the marginalized people. So they vote against their own interests. Trump don't care no more about them than he do us.
Wow.
So this is where we are. And I'm glad y'all talking about it, boy, because corporate America is pushing back against Biden because he wants banks to stop all these astronomical fees for credit card fees. And now they're going to push back. They want to go to court now. Corporate America is out of control. We should start boycotting these places. Home Depot, Walmart, all of them. Shut it down. Shut it down. We should shut it down. I tell you what, man, I don't mind eating just peanut butter crackers or something, you know. I mean, hey, I'll walk for a while. I don't even want to buy no gas.
Yeah. Exactly.
Shut it down. We play in the hand. We play in the hands of them, and they sit there pissing on us. How you gonna pay $1,800 a month for rent when you work at Walmart? All right, how you gonna do it?
Wow. Stay right there, brother.
Can't do it.
Stay right there. Don't you go nowhere, man. Your 3 minutes is up. I got to keep this thing rotating. Don't go nowhere. Stay right there. I'm coming back to you. Toya, you want to tell you? I see you on the phone line now, sis. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Dang, I didn't have y'all on mute. I'm sorry.
Okay, good deal, good deal. We're talking about the debate that's going on right now. Super Tuesday was yesterday. Now Trump, he's to the point where he have 995 delegates. He need 1,215. Should Nikki Haley, who has 89, she only have 89. Got a long way to go. Should she bow out right now? And what does that say to you? The way that the election is going right now about the people of the United States of America.
Well, we already know that ever since COVID, we've changed to different people. We already know since the insurrection with different people. One thing I don't do is give up. I can be the underdog, but at the end of the day, God do what He wants.
Hey, Toya, you're a little bit low. You're a little bit low, Toya.
Okay, back on speaker. So God do what He want to do. So don't give up.
Mm-hmm.
Don't bow out gracefully. Lose. It's all right to lose.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with losing.
Yeah.
Okay. But don't give up because God can do what He want to do. If He could split a seat, He could sure give enough delegates at the end of the day. So I would not give up if it were me.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
We know the state of America. We know the mentality of America, and we know that before Donald Trump had his last election, he would have won. We know that. Mm-hmm. We know that a lot of people were supporting him and his ideas. You know, so to see him at this point, especially after what we just experienced these last 4 years, I'm not going to be surprised if they let him back in again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be surprised if the people who utilize their abilities to make these choices and decisions use their power to get him back in, because if the majority agrees and a majority uses their power, then the majority is going to win. That's just simple mathematics. Okay. And for those of us who feel like we are going to bow out gracefully out of the political arena, for those of us who feel like we don't trust in that system, for those of us who feel like, you know, that's not nothing that we want to do, we have to understand that we're now forfeiting the power to those people who actually operate in that system that run America.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So even if we bow out gracefully as constituents and do not support the proper people because we don't have faith in them, that still kind of leaves it uneven for the candidate that we know we say we don't want. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, the same way Trump still got heart and he keep coming back, the demons, they got heart, they keep coming back. If you for God, why you gonna quit?
Mm-hmm. Come on.
That's what I want to.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
If you say you serve God and you know the demons are full time at work trying to assume every position, why would you quit? I don't care if you got 12 votes.
Mm-hmm.
Do not quit, because when it comes to God being on your side, sometimes He wants you to keep going so they can know it was Him and not you.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Come on.
Sometimes He wants you to win. You remember that? You remember that story? Slow and steady wins the race, and the rabbit is running, and he wasted time, and the turtle wound up running because he just stayed focused. Mm-hmm. He was slow, but he still won the race. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So little stories like that along the way, little snippets of taking down giants. That's another uneven battle right there. Slingshotting rocks with a giant. All these people don't want to do it, but he still won. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So at the end of the day, no, she should not bow out gracefully. She should continue to do that job if that's what God told her to do. Because at the end of the day, if the demons is going to win, it's because they put in the most work and they the ones that don't never give up.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. Toussaint, talk to me, brother. Should she bow out? And what message does that say? United States of America, man, they're voting. They're voting him back in. He has a real potential at 995. He only need a few more hundred. Well, he'll be the delegate, and then he'll face Biden for the presidency. What does that say to you?
I say that we dropped the ball a long time ago,
and
we used to dropping the ball, and we just used to selling for drop balls because there ain't nobody qualified. Here you got what? How many votes you got? How many delegates or whatever it is that she got? I'm not into politics
right now.
Get into it.
Trump has 995 and she has 89. She has 89.
Okay, let me tell you, this is my point of view. And this is the way I think. God ain't about politics. You can vote in whoever you want. Get you a song any day of the week. You want a king? Get you one. Give it to him. If they won't, give it to him. He did it before, and he'll do it again. Because that's what you want. You'll get what you want. And if you want, I'm going to say it again. You a Saul, the Lord is going to tell you, tell the prophet or whoever. I'm just saying. That's what they want. The prophets feel so bad. He say, they're rejecting me. They're rejecting me. No. This society has rejected God. So now you can get whatever you want. You want another Trump? You want a Biden? You want a Putin? That's what you want. Get you one. As a matter of fact, if you don't want nothing, don't show up at the polls at all.
Yeah.
How about that? And you know what's going to happen? We're going to say, well, we can't win at home, and blame somebody else for what you put your own self in. And you say, well, I guess that's the Lord's will. No. God then told you his will. What are you doing about his will? Establishing your own righteousness. Because his righteousness is not good enough. So you keep on. And you get ready. You better get ready. You better plant you some gardens. You better do something. Grow you some chickens or something. Grow your own. Because it's been written already and you ain't paid it no mind. So now when it's at the door, then what you gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. That's
Come
me.
on. Tell the truth. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. The phone lines are open. And as I said earlier, man, the numbers are telling the story right now. He has 995. She has 89. 995 to 89. That's a huge gap. Should she bow out? Take her hat and her coat and go home? And what does this say to you? What does it say to you how the United States of America is voting? Trump history being as it is, and everybody know what the history is. Right now, he's to the point where he's having to pay. I think New York millions and millions and millions, a lot of millions of dollars. I don't know how many it is. Curtis, how much money is that he owe? How much, Kurt?
Talking about Trump?
Yes. How much does he owe?
Talking about Trump?
Yes.
It is now the going is between 487 million to 525 million.
And it's going up every day, correct?
It goes up $87,000 every day that it's not paid.
Wow. Where's that money coming from? I mean, he got this sneaker. Maybe he gonna make that money off that sneaker. Did y'all buy any sneakers? Kurt, did you buy any sneakers?
No. No.
Cassandra, did you?
I'm gonna put the devil.
Wow. Cassandra, did you pick up your pair of sneakers? They're collectibles, you know.
Boy, do not make me cuss this early in the morning. Please don't make me cuss. Please. I'm trying. I'm trying not to say nothing. No, I did not buy sneakers. Thank you.
Okay. Now I know Joseph. He's the kind of guy that like to support people. Joseph, did you pick up a pair of sneakers?
Which food? You check me into an insane asylum if I buy.
Lord Jesus. Ryan, come on, Ryan. I know you picked up a pair of sneakers now.
Me? I can't afford no sneakers right now.
Wow. Come on now.
I listen. That man can make whatever he wants to make, but I ain't putting no gold shoes on my feet. Well, I look like Hermes.
Exactly. I know. Look here. I saved this fella for last because I know he got a pair. Mr. Spider-Man, Toussaint. Did you get your sneakers, brother? Help him out.
Well, you almost made me say something real ugly. Because this is ugly shoes I ain't saying.
Come on now. It's not the
I know
way.
it's way I wears it. It's way I wears it. And you might not never hear me say this again. But I'm going to go ahead and say this way I wear it.
Come on.
I wish a Negro would. I was going to say this. You got to tell me some of them shit.
Wow. Now Now I know I did this purposely. I kept because this young lady here, she from New York, and in New York they love the sneakers, man. They love them kicks, man. So Toya with a T, I know, sis, you went out there and bought you a pair of sneakers, didn't you?
You know I got a pair. They coming in the mail today.
Oh Lord.
Amazon.
Lord, Toya.
No. Oh, my bad. Y'all.
No, Toya.
I got it. They coming today. They were only 217. There's only 217. Now y'all know me. Y'all know I ain't spend no $217 on no doggone sneakers. Y'all know I'm just playing. I didn't want to be the eyeball out. I like them. I don't like them that damn much to go buy a shoe. Now, I don't like them because he want us to keep our pistols. I want to keep my pistols too. He want them to keep theirs. I won't keep mine. If they shoot, I'm gonna shoot back. Yeah. I got my reasons on why I like Trump. But I don't like him enough to buy no shoes.
Exactly.
Now, if he gonna go on and get in the office and run them checks again so we can go ahead and afford to live, let's do it. If he gonna go ahead and get to breaking up some of them agencies and get the money back to the people, let's do it. I don't care who it is. When I find a person that gives back to Americans the way they're supposed to, that's what I'm gonna go for. So, as far as I'm concerned, long as he get back in there and he makes sure that we got a livable wage, and he makes sure these corporations stop gouging us. I mean, that's the contender that I'm going for. Right? I don't care if you make shoes, dresses, hats, nails. It don't make no difference. When it comes to being the president of the United States, I'm looking for the person to do their job. And part of your job is to make sure that you take care of, protect, and build up America. If you're not doing that, if you're a swindler, and you're trying to keep us down, I'm not going to like you no matter who you are, Democrat, black, white, Asian, it doesn't matter. I'm looking for the person who's going to appeal to me by making sure that I can pay for that $1,800 a month rent. And it can't be off of $725. You understand what I'm saying? So whatever you need to do to gain the vote, hey, that's on you. People do it all the time when it comes to marketing. I don't have nothing to do with that, but I will not be voting for the person who is against America. I'm going to vote for the one who understands that we're not in a livable wage, who understands that they're price gouging us when it comes to us having a living, that understands that these companies are buying up houses so we don't have first-time homeowners anymore because you got corporations buying housing and skyrocketing the prices. That's the contender I'm going to vote for, regardless of whose shoes I buy.
Wow. 508-924-3521. You may feel the same way. Give us a call. Let's hear from you. 508-924-3521. Joseph, talk to me, brother. Joseph?
What to say, bro? I think y'all said it all. Like I'm with Toya though. These corporations gonna buy up all the houses and raise the rent. That right there should tell the regular working class people Trump is not our man. But there again, when that hate thing kicks in, when your prejudice kick in, you vote against your own interests, and that's what we're seeing. But the last time the racists thought they were going to harm black folks, we had a civil war, and more people died in that war than all America's wars combined. I'll leave it there.
Wow. Cassandra.
Hey there.
Cassandra?
Yes, sir.
Way Out Wednesday. What you want to talk about?
I'm still stuck on, I don't know. I just, can we really look at what is happening in this country right now as far as I know it's a rough time right now for a lot of people because, and especially the poor. I just have never seen a certain party fight for the people, the small people. When I say the small people, the poor, and I'm not saying small in a disrespectful way, but for the disenfranchised, for seniors, for even for immigrants. And Joseph, I think it was Joseph was right. All of the countries that we have literally gone in and stolen and taken control of, we have the nerve to talk about people trying to come into this country. Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is, let's just do, if we want to do the right thing, I'm just saying, if we really want to do the right thing, can everybody that is of immigrant background, can they just go back to where they're from? How about that?
Wow.
How about we do that?
Mm-hmm.
How about all of the Europeans that came into this country? Y'all go back to wherever your families are, just going back there. And because that's the way I see it. How is it that now you can say people can't come over, and some of your great grandparents, they did some crooked crap to get up in this country.
Mm-hmm.
Just read the history.
Mm-hmm.
They did some messed up, jacked up stuff to get over here. They lied, they stole, they snuck in, they did all kind of stuff. So your great grandmama sold their woo. There was all kinds of stuff going on.
Good Lord.
Preach. It's the truth. It's the truth, Toya. It's the truth. So how is it that you can say, oh, they trying to sneak in here, they ain't got no right people? Well, your great grandmama ain't had no right. Your great granddaddy, there were thieves and stuff that they sent over. They meant to send them over here to this country, and they were your great grandparents. Man, people better, don't. I'm gonna stop because I'm gonna say something. Stop.
Don't get started, Raheem.
Hey,
What's
this hold on, woo woo. Hey, this is where I Wednesday. Curtis, talk.
You know what woo woo is.
Woo woo. Curtis, talk to me, brother. What's on your heart?
Well, I'm just gonna piggyback off of some of the things I heard. First, let me say this, and this is no slight to anybody. Let me throw that out there. But I'm gonna say this because it may sound like it's a slight to Toria, but T, baby girl, you taught me something very, very valuable about 3 years ago, 4 years ago, maybe even 5 years ago, and that was the value of person. We have to be very, very careful who we accept money from, because certain people have an asking that comes with that money giving. We're seeing it all throughout we and it all throughout the corporate America. So we have to be very, very careful who we accept money from, because the asking might be too great. And I learned that from Toya. We had a show one time and she went all in, like, oh, hold on, no, we can't sell our souls like that. Bah, 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 bah. And I was like, wow, she's speaking truth, right? But what y'all made me think about is sometimes you gotta watch the process to understand the outcome. And Brother Jay said something that we really should go back and revisit. I wish that you would do a show specifically on it and get the sound cues. Brother Jay said something about Citizens United. And what he's saying about Citizens United directly ties in to what Ryan was saying about, look, man, my pockets is empty. And how did Citizens United come about? The thought was, and I'll school the people. This is from my own personal opinion. And yes, y'all, I worked the president. I worked for what was supposed to be the president of America, of these United States. I've sat at a table in a meeting with such people as Charles Rankel, Nancy Pelosi, Baucus, all of these bigwigs. I sat in a meeting with them when we had that big debacle with unemployment back here in 2008. back in 2007, 2008. One of the things that was said in the midst of the process came straight out of Mitt Romney's mouth, which then gave it justification to the Supreme Court to approve it.
Mm-hmm.
The idea was that there was no way that Barack Obama was going to beat Mitt Romney.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, ain't nobody going to let no black man be the president of the United States. Mitt Romney sent the dog whistle. He said, when asked in a town hall about corporate greed and how the people of America's voices are being pushed out, he said, corporations are people too, my friend.
Mm.
Sorry the time caught me, but after he said that, he lost an election, and immediately after he lost that election, one of the first cases that the Supreme Court heard and ruled on was Citizens United.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to understand how the process, how people will move on an idea as a result of the process thereof and what's said and done during that process.
Mm-hmm.
So Brother Jay was absolutely right. The biggest problem that we're having right now in terms of inflation, in terms of greed, in terms of us losing money out of our pockets, be it food, insurance, cars, gas, all of that is a direct correlation to Citizens United.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm going to say.
Good deal. Good deal. Let me go back to Tucson. Tucson, what's on your heart, brother?
Well, I'm just gonna stand my ground and say we're in trouble. I mean, and see, corporations do some things. They pay people off to get their agenda across.
Mm-hmm.
And these lobbyists and officials that they put in the forefront. Why is it that okay, you're talking about two people of the same party, right?
Yes.
Well, the first thing about it is if you're not part of that party, you don't have a dog in the hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Because you ain't gonna vote for neither one of them anyway.
Come on.
So while that is going on, it seems like it would be sensible for you to get yourself together in what part you're going to play in the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing about it is, and the next thing is, are you planning on voting at all?
Wow.
You got to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people sitting at their house complaining, and they say, "Well, I just ain't gonna vote."
I ain't gonna get into that voting thing, man. I ain't got time for that. Nobody got no time for that.
That's stupid.
Wasting my time going.
They're gonna win anyway. They're gonna do what they want. They're gonna do what they want anyway.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I ain't understanding it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just trying to buy him. No, I can't buy nothing in Atlanta. Can't tell you why.
Mm-hmm. I ain't fooling with you.
And it won't bother me.
Mm-hmm.
It won't bother me, but I just can't move to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Because
I ain't gonna be doing it.
Yeah, see nothing like it.
Wow. Wow.
I'm sorry, Raheem. I'm sorry to be off track of the conversation, but this is really, and it's stupid. It's just, and I hate to say that's a harsh word,
mm-hmm.
but for us to have a candidate or candidates like we have is almost shameful.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Ryan,
to be able to even have those as a selection.
Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me they ain't got no good people, popular people,
younger people
that can even run for office?
Younger people with a little more. And anyway, Ryan, talk to me, brother.
Please stand up.
Exactly.
You're not off topic though, Tucson. It's a valid point. They go sit at the house and not vote because there's a pretty large majority of people out there who are convinced that the president has been selected years before we even know who the nominees are. They prep them in advance. Kind of awkward.
Very.
Especially when you get audio recordings that come out way past when it happened, and you hear people that are 8 to 12 years apart having a conversation about you're next. It's crazy. I mean, it sounds so far-fetched, but can you really invalidate people's thought process? Because when you look at it and you think about it, people complain a lot about who's running or who got elected. Or we didn't vote for this or we didn't vote for that. So if nobody voted for that, how did it happen?
So
It makes people wonder.
There's some shenanigans going on.
It's possible. I can't say that definitively, but there's a lot of people who believe that. I mean, when you start changing rules on the fly, it kind of makes you go, things that make you go, Remember that song?
Yeah, I do.
So, I mean, people have all kinds of thoughts and feelings on things, especially things that affect them. And it's not right for us, not just us on the show, but us as a people. We all talk about inclusivity and all of this and that. We can't invalidate people's feelings on situations. And I'll be the first person to tell you facts don't care about your feelings, but I'm empathetic enough to know that I'm not going to go to somebody who feels upset, disenfranchised, whatever you want to call it, about a situation, especially a big deal like who's the president. Telling them you're evil and wrong just adds to the fury. And that's something that, as a people, we need to work on. Pointing fingers and calling people crazy talk because of who they chose for their political candidate. That's not your choice to tell him who to choose. To tell them who to choose. I'm sorry you didn't win. End it at that. Don't be calling ugly names. That just adds fuel to the fire. That's not right.
Good deal. Good deal. Let me go to anybody else have anything else I want to say on this? We got a few more minutes before we get out of here. I want to touch on another topic. Anybody got anything else I want to say on this particular topic before we move on? Toussaint.
You know what I say, Raheem?
What's that?
Is that in our political discourse, you have to understand that there's a reason why this is a major in college. Political science. It's a science. It's a game, right? Science of human behavior, human interaction, and there's several other things that go along with it. Structuring of society, social welfare policy and legislation. There's a whole science behind this thing. What I honestly believe is that you have those who believe in catering to the emotion. A part of the science teaches you about the emotions of voting, as opposed to the consciousness of voting. And I actually believe that from a win-lose perspective, there are those who will do and or say whatever they have to do and or say because they're in the game for the win. They're not in the game for the uplifting of a community or the uplifting of people. No, they're in the game specifically for the win. They get off on defeating the other person. So they'll go to all sorts of levels. So I think that what we have to do as a collective is to start to address those who look like they're rolling from the side of emotional politics, because they are poisoning the fabric of this country.
Oh, you open the door for a lot right there, Curtis. I'm looking at the time, and I only got 9 minutes. Lord Jesus. We'll keep that thought. Write that down, Curtis. We're gonna talk about that in part tomorrow, because I want to tackle that. I want to tackle that, but I know at 9 minutes we don't have enough time. We don't have enough time. So write that down. Call in early tomorrow if you get an opportunity, and let's tackle that part of it as well. Toussaint, Way Out Wednesday, brother. What's on your heart?
Okay, when y'all gonna get? When are we gonna get to what's true, what's real? We live in this figment of our imaginations, and we think that everybody they gotta go along to get along. When we gonna get it right, man?
Come on, talk to me.
That's what's on my heart.
When we
gonna get it right?
When are we gonna get it? Cassandra, when are we gonna get it right?
We not, obviously. I just don't think I don't think people want to get it right. You know, we ain't got enough time, but I have been on marches with neo-Nazis and Klan, and you know, and them yelling out stuff at people, and you know, I mean, I've been attacked personally by a group of white supremacists. Man, listen, this country is screwed up. You got groups of people that they will never change. Raheem, they don't want to change.
Why not?
They don't want to change. Please, when you find out, let me know. Their hatred of people, and that's people of color, that's people that it's so very their ignorance when it comes to hatred, that I can, you know, when you hear them marching, when the neo-Nazis were here in Atlanta with the Klan and all of the other their groups, and they were marching, and they're talking about blacks will not replace us. Jews will not. What the hell? What the? Okay. See, that's why I don't. These are grown men and women literally talking about people not. Who the heck is trying to replace somebody? That's why, you know, there are these groups are mentally ill, and unfortunately, people have fallen for the okie doke, and they believe that black people, immigrants, everybody trying to replace white people in this country. First of all, y'all don't own the damn country. Excuse my language. Let me just. They don't own the country. It's all in their head that they own this country. You do not own the dang country. But you know what's best for everybody in the country. Your group, your white people, y'all know what's best for everybody in the country. Because everybody else stupid. They're ignorant. I'm sorry. I don't like talking about y'all. You know I don't like talking about this stuff. I'm gonna stop right there.
How you really feel?
Exactly. Let's put this really on the line. Ryan, talk to me, brother. Before you say something, my mom she didn't make it on this morning, but I want to do something a little different this morning. I got to say happy birthday, Kurt. You know who I'm talking to. Happy birthday, Kurt. And so he'll hear that later on. But anyway, Ryan, what's on your heart, brother?
I don't know. Everything just went kind of crazy.
Hey, what is this called? What's the day called?
Way Out Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
So when Cassandra said what she said about white people getting replaced and how people say that, it calls to my memory a I don't know Ireland's government, what it's called, whether it's a prime minister or whatever. But they was having a meeting and they were talking about immigration and open borders. And they were having a lot of pushback about it. And the man who happened to be of the same skin tone as me, that was heading it up, said, well, judging by the numbers of people coming in by the year, and I can't remember the exact year, so I'm gonna just throw one out there, like 2027, Ireland will no longer be majority white people. And then he said, and this is what called it to my memory because he said it, and this man who is a white person said, and that's a good thing.
Wow.
And I was like, I had to sit there and look. I just had a look of bewilderment on my face. When is the removal of anyone a good thing? Why have we fallen so far, period, across the entirety of time to where the removal of anyone is a good thing? Didn't somebody try that in the 30s? Didn't work out very well for him or the people that it affected. We gotta get off this BS, man. We all people. We all the same. We all bleed red. Carve off the top. We all pink underneath. When people get it into their head that we all pink, we'll be all right.
Wow. Wow. Curtis?
What's up, bro?
Talk to me, man. We got 3 minutes. We got 3 minutes before we get out of here. What's on your heart? Oh, somebody else just called in.
I'm just gonna keep it real, man. And I mean, I don't mean no harm, and I don't mean no offense to anybody. I really don't, because I'm one of those people that understand and truly believe that. Let me just state the inconvenient truth for some. Every single person on this planet is black. And according to our own Constitution, the 3/5 clause, that means that every person in the United States of America is black. I'm going to say it again for those of us who ride the slow bus with me and wear a helmet. Every single person in the United States of America, every single person on this planet, according to our Constitution's 3/5 clause, is black. So let's just go there. For one group and or culture to express a need to oppress another group and or culture solely because of the fact that they have a different color of skin is egregious to me, foul, and I don't want nothing to do with you. If that's your thought process, if that's where you're going, if you're quick to defend what is wrong by trying to stand on what sounds right, man, go and get in the clown car with that, man. Go and get in the clown. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. It is time for those who are oppressed, stop showing up to work, stop paying bills, stop pulling your monies out of these banks. It is time. And that's just what it is, brother.
Okay.
And that applies to black, white, and white.
Okay.
If you poor, you poor. You ain't got nothing no more than what we got. And if you read the Willie Lynch letter, he told you the design. I wish we could take a week right here, 1 week, and let the conversation of the week be the Willie Lynch letter. And we read a part of it, and then we have a discussion. We read the next part of it and have a discussion. We read the next part of it and have a discussion.
What do you say to the people?
Because people will then.
What do you say to the people, Curtis?
Understand,
Curtis. What do you say to the people? What do you say to the people that that a part of their argument is that it's fabricated? It's not true.
You know what? Yeah, it was.
Come on. We talking, brother.
You know, it was true up until the masses got hold of it. Those are the same people that touted masonry to be a big thing until more black folks started coming back to the fold. Then all of a sudden it became devil worship. Oh, that's devil worship. Oh, okay. But it was fine when it was in your care. It was fine when it was in your care. And even if it's a fabricated story, that's the problem with America. You're so busy reading the story, you're not seeing the meaning of the story. You're not recognizing the design of the story. Most people that discredit it, they discredit it because they don't want to stand on truth. They the ones that call you woke. Last time I remember growing up all my life, I'm 51 years old. For 51 years of my life, for 50 years after the 51 years of my life, being woke was a powerful thing. Being woke was a respectable thing.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden it is a crime to be woke, to be understanding of, okay, hold on, I get that. What's the design behind that? Oh, we ready to build this building. We're gonna need 20. We're gonna need 20-foot odd. We're gonna need 3 20-foot odd joists to go across the roof. No. We can't do 6 10-foots and clamp them together because the clamps are going to get weak and it's going to cause for the roof to belt in the middle. Oh no, you're too woke. It's cheaper for us to do 10-foot.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Good deal. Good deal. Let me go to Rico. Rico, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Man, I can't complain, man. Up again, go to another doctor's appointment. Goodness gracious. How everybody doing, man? I'm just happy to see another beautiful new day.
Hey, good to have you. Good to have you. You been listening to us?
Yeah, I've been listening for about 15, 20 minutes, something like that.
Okay, talk to me. What's on your heart about what the last topic we talked about?
Man, you know, pretty much this probably going to relate to every topic. And it's going to relate to every minute, every second of your life. People need to understand that the powers that be, aka secret societies, because they, end up usually turning into secret societies when they exclude other people from them. Not only do they withhold knowledge and don't want the other people to know knowledge, but they understand the Universe 29 experiment.
Come on.
They understand the research of Sigmund Freud. They understand to how the behavior of people. And in these secret societies, it ain't just one, there's many of them. They did the same thing they did in that Universe 29 experiment, whether you white, black, Chinese, Russian, it doesn't matter. They understood that they can control the behavior of communities once they introduce a resource that they control and get you addicted to it, to make you lazy to it, or whatever it is that you start feeling like you need or you want to continue experiencing that, and then they can control it. They understood in this Universe 29 experiment, and by listening to Sigmund Freud, the process of a community and how it works. They understood that if they withheld certain resources from you but gave them to you from the beginning, they'll eventually have you reacting like a dope fiend, an addict. And when they take these resources from you, man, you start behaving in some very unacceptable ways. But see, you so distracted because now you done got addicted to this resource. So distracted to the point to where you don't even want to walk the same distance that you would have when you was young. It might just be a couple of blocks away. But you would rather use your gas because you get there quicker and you don't want to be hot or you don't want to be cold. But you're just walking up the block. I told somebody the other day, and I said it on here before, I know people that drive to their mailboxes.
Wow.
They won't even take a few steps. Well, it's way down there at the end of the driveway. But do you understand at one point in time that we didn't even have cars? So now we're in a situation where we have become so lazy. so addicted to consumption and addicted to convenience to the point where we might complain about high gas prices, but we still gonna buy the gas, and they
Yep.
know it.
Mm-hmm.
Just let them hush. Just let them talk for a little while. Just let them complain for a while. But guess what they gonna do? They gonna buy this gas,
Yep.
and they
Yep.
gonna buy bigger vehicles that's gonna give you less gas to the mile,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
less mileage per gallon.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the thing is it's gonna revert back to the basic knowledge of what Jesus stood for, and that was sacrifice.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? And when
Mm-hmm.
people really, what Curtis said, wake up, don't let what the narrative, 'cause the narrative has been changed about what being woke is.
Mm-hmm.
But when people truly become woke, they will understand that, sometimes they have to sacrifice some of these things that they have become dependent on,
Come on.
and that they are really the dope things that they talk about. They're really the
Mm-hmm.
alcoholics that they talk about. They're just addicted to gambling,
Yeah.
or they're just addicted to being lazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's why we got a problem with obesity. I
Exactly.
wonder if that was a problem with obesity in the 800s. I don't even want to say the 1800s. In the 800s,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that was a problem with obesity in the days of Jesus or before.
Mm.
With all that walking that people had to do, all the wagons. I mean, it wouldn't, you probably had horses and
Mm-hmm.
chariots,
Exactly. Yeah.
but at the same time, most people might not have had access to those things.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, it still was not the same as the quickness of having a car or a vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
We
Exactly.
were sailing boats, but
Mm-hmm.
now we could fly and get so many places so much quicker. So I mean, we have to wake up, man, and understand that when we start talking about these politics, when people wake up and actually start dealing with politics, it's not that they'll refuse to participate, but they'll go in with a more clear mind, a more
Mm-hmm.
open mind, and then at the same time with more focus on what's really important of a different nation, voting against your own best interest
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. That's good. That's good.
or acting on behalf of your own what's not in your best interest, but you think you are because the things that you are receiving right now is so good that you don't want to let that go. Sacrifice
Exactly. Stay right.
in unison. Sacrifice.
Good. Stay right there. Rico, I want you to do my closing. Tucson, I'm coming to you for the prayer because Willa, she wasn't able to be with us today. She reached out to me and said she'll be back on with us tomorrow. She has a situation she has to take care of today, and so she wasn't able to be on. So, it's been a great broadcast, man. We covered a lot. This is Way Out Wednesday. This is how we're doing on Wednesday, man. We don't have a topic. We talk about whatever we want to talk about as openly, as honestly as we can. Ryan, I think you said you had something that you wanted to chime in on something real quickly.
I think the moment has passed. I don't even know if Curtis is still there, but can't be saying shop bus with the helmet. You might put somebody in their feelings, bro.
Yeah. Wow. Rico, what's going on? Now, there's somebody that tuned into this Way Out Wednesday broadcast, man, and they tune in a little late. They tune in at 8:30, 9 o'clock, or whatever the case. And they say, man, I wish I could hear the whole thing. Is there a way? Is it possible? Rico, is it possible for them to hear the whole broadcast in its entirety?
It's very possible. They might have tuned in 20 minutes ago, and I'm so interested in finding out finding out more of what the show was about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tune back in to www.dklmediagroup.com at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to see the whole program in its entirety.
Good deal. Good deal. Tucson, are you able to pray us out, sir?
Yeah, I can. Cassandra can do a better job.
Oh, she had to take off.
You know when to be allowed.
Mm-hmm.
She know when to be allowed. That was good, Rico.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's good. That was good. I like that. All right. God our Father, we come now and we say thank you. We give you all glory and honor and praise. We bless you. Learn to bless you at all times. Just continue. I'll pray your praise. Your praise. Thank you for having it's your praise, because sometimes our praise just don't get it, because we gripe and complain about things and you keep blessing us over and over and over again. Thank you for that. Forgive us, wash us, and make us clean, righteous before your sight. Now, God, as we come and we've heard the conversation, just make us better. And then, God, not only help us to hear your words, we ask that you would help us to do the things that your word says, so that we can have that abundantly, like you promised us, like you offer us. Help us to seek you while you may be found, and call upon you while you're near, before a day and a time too late. We don't know how to pray as we ought to, but your spirit knows what we stand in need of. So bless us according to not my will, but let your will be done in our lives. Bless us as we go through this day. Keep us in your care. If anyone is sick among us, we ask that you would touch, heal, set free, and deliver like only you can. Pray it all in Jesus' name before he said,
Amen. 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 It's been a great broadcast, and in that prayer, I'm gonna say something. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if it's even right to do it, but I'm gonna say this right here. Cover Rico in this process today that is going through at the doctor. Cover him as well. Rico, you're definitely in our prayers, brother. You're definitely in our prayers, man. We're praying for you. Okay, I don't know if he's still there or not. He may have taken off, but just know that we're praying for you, brother.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you say you say you got to go to the doctor, right?
Yeah, man, but I'm just going to stay on top of things, man.
Okay.
I'm going through ear, nose, and throat today just to get my ears cleaned out. It's just staying on top of my health, man. Like I said, you have to all make sure that we stay on top of our health, especially the older that we get.
Exactly.
So I'm just in that process right now, just going ahead and making sure I stay on top of these things so I can live another 50 years.
There you go. There you go. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, man. Yeah, you getting old, man. You ain't no spring chicken no more, brother. You know, you'll fall off.
We all are, but that's a blessing. If we ain't getting older, we must be dead.
There you go. There you go, my man. Awesome comeback. Because look here, ain't none of us no spring chicken no more. We all fall hens now. We fall hens, brother. That's what we are. But listen, it's been a great broadcast. I want to thank everybody for joining us. And more than that, I want to thank you for allowing DKM Media Group and Associates and the Morning Glow for being a part of your morning. It is now, what time is it? 10:13. You're about to exit the Morning Glow. But before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us, because we are certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody, and give them a hug. Because you never know, it could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you could do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. And we shine some of this light in you from the Morning Glow. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in, and let your light so shine. If you get an opportunity, give somebody some love. You just might find some love in return. Won't that be a beautiful thing? Have a great day. Take care of each other, and please, 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 be blessed. Give somebody some love and truth. They would appreciate it, and I'm sure that you will as well. Have a great day. Talk to you tomorrow morning, if God says the same. Love you.